didn't put up a thumbnail. So yeah, we are live. We are live. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, nerds and nerdettes and we little nerdlings all. Joe Buddy Big John and G along with Tommy V.
Hello.
We are currently waiting for Alex and Ryan to get here for our game of Cthulhu Wars. I'm trying to best figure out how to do this. This is a big board. You know what? Ultimately, this is not going to be a static shot. This is not going to be a static shot throughout the entire game. We're not playing the 4-player version. We're going to be playing a 3-player version with Tommy V, with the Rye Man, and with Oregon Al. And I'm going to be using the camera both in a static mode like this, and I'm going to also move around the board a little bit with it during the course of the game. So, yeah, we're a little bit late, and we haven't even really set up, as you can see. So you get to see a little bit of the whole setup process as well. And Tom is looking through the tome for the first time.
Tome.
Really, the first 50 pages or whatever, or so, or 60 pages are what we need for this game. This is the Omega version of the rulebook, which has the rules for all of the expansions, except for the new one. Okay. The new expansion coming out, I think it's called Damon Sultan, will be on Kickstarter, so look out for that. And that noise in the background is Moxie and Mojo, the 27 Mutts. They are racing around like mad, trying to show off. You want to see? They're trying to, there they go. Now they're underneath the table by Tom's feet. Oh, there goes Mojo. They're all riled up whenever the 20-sided warriors show up. All right, so it looks like we still have no viewers, which is good. So Tom, we're gonna need to. I'm thinking for camera.
Yeah.
Since we got to set this up a little bit differently for a camera shot than we would normally just to play, is I was thinking. One player on each side and then one right here.
Beautiful.
Should leave enough room for your boards over here, which aren't really on camera, but as I said earlier, I'm going to be moving the camera. I'm going to be trying to squeeze around the 20-sided warriors and get a couple of over-the-shoulder shots and bird's eye shots and close-ups during the course of the game. So you will be able to see their boards. But we have just the core game. So that means that we have a choice of the Crawling Chaos. Ooh. Or, since Tom is the first one here, it's his choice, the Great Cthulhu. Now, whichever player, if any, since this is a 3-player game, if any of the players decide to use the Great Cthulhu, they automatically start the game as the first player. Ah, the black goat of the woods. I remember this was a hell of a problem for us in the last edition of Arkham Horror, when I got this expansion with all of the monsters that the goat was just generating out. It was horror show to us. Now, if I had been playing tonight, and the first game that I do play, I would be using the yellow sign. In the core game, it is the only group that has 2 old ones. Hastor and the King in Yellow. So take a look at these, Tom. And what you'll notice is on the... Let me just take a look at one board so I can explain it to you what you're looking at. So what Tom's looking at to decide which one he wants to play is the tentacle on the top tracks your power. And the first phase of the game is going to be going around. We each take turns using our power until we have no power left for that turn.
Oh, so it starts at 20 and goes down to 0.
I believe at the start of the game it's at 8, I think. I got to double check. Now, on the side here, the cultists, you see cost. That's how much power it is to bring in a cultist, a monster, or one of the old ones.
Right.
And has little notes for their abilities, what they do, what they bring. Melissa! Hey, Tommy V, it's Melissa who we have to thank that got us the hookup for this game.
This is awesome. Thank you so much.
And don't worry, your copy of Technomancy will be out. It got delayed again. That's my fault, completely my fault for personal stuff happening. That's going to be out Saturday before Easter. I'm going to have that out. So Tom, on the other side, you can see spell books.
Yep.
So each of the groups right over here off camera, color coded and name coded, are the spell books, and that's one of the keys to winning the game. Is you have to have all your spells.
Okay. Okay.
Now you don't have to get them in any order, and when you get a certain spell, you can place it down in any of the slots.
Right.
These slots are just telling you how you would get a spell for that particular slot. So once you put something in, have units in 6 areas, you're never going to be able to use that to get a spell book again.
Okay.
Then you have to use one of the other ways.
Wow. Okay.
So and then once you pick your character, you may want to take a minute to look at the cool write-ups they have on the back.
This is
the map, and all the write-ups are different in different styles.
Right.
Oh, these are fantastic. But don't take the time to read them now, otherwise it'll take us 2 hours for us to get through all this.
All right.
Take a look at the boards and see what appeals to you.
Can you give me a Cliff Notes version on what the Black Goat is?
Shubnigrath, Black Goat of the Woods.
I understand it's a fertility cult.
It is the only old one that is female. All the others seem to identify or be identified as male, if anything, really.
Right.
It's humans that really use the pronouns for these creatures.
Yeah. That's true. And the yellow sign is it's a cult.
The yellow sign. Well, they're all sort of cults.
They're all different types of cults.
You're running the cults. You're running the monsters. You're running the old one, elder gods. And the cultists are like your pawns. You ever play even better analogy than chess? If you ever played Risk,
yes.
So these are your forces, from power being the lowliest, which is the cultists, up to the most powerful, which are the old ones.
Okay.
In fact, during your turn, one of the actions you can take is if you are in an area with someone else's figures. Your old one, if he's in that area, can capture them. And basically what you're doing is sacrificing them. Because in the last phase of the game, you're going to be giving all the stolen pieces back, and you're going to get points for having sacrificed them. But guardianship works just like the power level. Right, so the cultists are the weakest power. Monsters can guard the cultists from other monsters, and old ones can guard them from like anybody.
I hear you. I think I'm going to go for the crawling chaos.
All right.
I like this idea of flight. All your units can fly, even cultists.
Is that a Narholotep?
Ah.
Norlahotep. All right, so go through again off camera, right over.
And I'm pulling all.
Gonna be real evil. Go for crawling. Yeah, Melissa just said that is the most evil one in the base from her games. In the base game so far, that is the one she said. If you want to go for evil, go for that.
I'm going for this.
So we have all the miniatures next to Tom over here. So they're all color coded, Tom. So take out what's
blue. It looks like.
Yes. We have the 3-player tracker out. Now to make a little bit of room for this somewhere, you have your little cheat card there.
Okay, I like that.
I love it when they give out cheat cards. So we'll keep the Doom track over here. Like this would be better. This should still leave enough room for the other 2 players. Yeah, this board is big, and my table is, well, small-ish. This is one of those folding tables you get from Target for picnics.
Beautiful.
You know, we'll probably end up putting the ritual track over here on the side of Tom after we get everything all set up. Yeah, I haven't even. I've been powering through so many of the videos. I know it's been a week or 2 weeks since I put up the videos for these, and I got to remember all the rules again. That was like 2 weeks ago. I feel like an actor sometimes. You know, you learn the lines, and then you move on to the next movie and you forget the lines if you don't keep watching your own work. I guess. Sense, and so we have to go through the rules. But Alex is on his way over. Should be here any minute. Ryan is running late. Of course, he always is, and he is the one who lives the closest, just down the block from me.
No. Yeah.
Oh, these little things are used to track your power.
Love it.
Now, every turn you have to use power. You have to You have to take an action that uses power every turn, as long as you have power. You can opt not to, but if you do that, it's just going to knock your remaining power down to 0 anyway.
All right.
And we're going to get power back in the second part of the game, which is the gather power phase. That's where we're going to accumulate power back from everything done, our forces that are out on the board. And this is the first player token, and the first player gets to decide whether it goes clockwise or counterclockwise.
Interesting.
Yeah, I thought that's pretty interesting.
That could make for an interesting strategy.
That definitely can change up a tactic. And if the player, sorry about that. Sorry, didn't we almost lost everyone. But yeah, so for the second and consecutive rounds after that, the first player is determined by who is starting that round with the most power. If there's a tie, the previous first player gets to decide which of the tying two will be the first player.
Okay.
So, I mean, I'm seeing that as an opportunity to make deals.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, Tom, you're the first player, and now it's between Ryan and Alex, and they're both tied. You might make a deal with them just based on, listen, I'll give it to you, but I want you to reverse the order so I'm the next player.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Cthulhu has become a huge gaming genre.
Well, it's a free IP.
It's a free IP.
Yeah.
How many of the Cthulhu games do you know of are you actually playing the monsters?
The monsters themselves,
because I think this is so novel.
Mansions of Madness to a degree.
Yeah.
That, you know, you're really kind of playing the mastermind of the mansion, so you get to manipulate the monsters and everything. But actually playing the Elder Gods and the old ones like this,
feels novel.
It's really the only one I have anyway, and I can't think of another one. There is Innsmouth Escape, which is close. You're not controlling the old ones or the Elder Gods, but in Innsmouth Escape, it's a 1 versus all game. But unlike most 1 versus all games, the one player is not the DM. The one player is the human trying to save the other humans from the deep ones. And all the other players are playing the deep ones trying to capture them.
Right. Okay.
So you're playing deep ones, but you're still not really playing the gods.
Yeah.
And when you finish kind of setting up there, you might want to take them off the rule book, because I have a feeling Alex is going to be using that rule book a heck of a lot.
I wanted to read. This is interesting. It's a computer. It's like an email entry, which feels very modern.
And they're all different. Each of them, their style and everything. Like for the yellow sign, it's almost like an article that was written. And for the black goat, it's like from a journal, which is cool. And the Great Cthulhu is like this, I don't know what you call it, like 1960s type.
Scantron.
It's like a Scantron kind of thing, yeah.
Yeah, early computer printouts.
So one of the problems of trying to go live is, you know, making sure everyone's going to be here on time. We're already 13 minutes into this. Still got one viewer. So thank you. We'll be at Tommy V. We'll try to keep you entertained. Tommy, I am thinking to myself, since we are talking about Cthulhu and waiting for everyone to get here and finish setting up, choosing the players, I am thinking, what is the best adaptation of a mythos story that you have seen in film? Not an homage to it,
but an actual adaptation.
because they've done a few of them over the years. Like I remember in the 70s they did, early 80s they did Dagon.
Yes.
Which was completely horrible.
I will say, yes, I did not like that. And I will say everything else I've watched, I am not into. I find it very boring. And we've talked about why. Because the key to a good Cthulhian story, the key to weird fiction is the contrast of mundaneness.
Yes.
It's a mundane world, and then you have this incomprehensibleness that enters into it. So when filmmakers try to set up this normal mundaneness, you've lost me.
Yeah, I mean, that's the main reason why in high school I couldn't get into Lovecraft stories. Because I found them so unbearably boring.
Yeah. And it's unknowable. It's hard.
Yeah.
It is always hard when you, and of course that's also the intrigue with Cthulhu, is these unknowable creatures. You don't know anything about them. But in film, that you tend to, if you don't have rules or anything to bounce off
How
of,
do you capture the image of something that can never fully be described?
I will tell you an homage.
Oh, I know my favorite homage.
Okay.
Hands down, mine has got to be In the Mouth of Madness.
Oh, shit, I
Sam
forgot about
Neill.
that. That's a very good one. Yeah.
And then right after that, he did Event Horizon, which was very much like a sci-fi kind of version of Mouth of Madness.
You're right.
Oh, what was that? We got a message. Didn't quite see that. What was that?
Somebody has a...
Masters of Horror, Dreams in the Witch House.
Oh,
I didn't see that movie, Masters of Horror. But I'm always a Reanimator fan. I love Jeffrey.
Oh, I would...
You know, the only reason I didn't like the Reanimator at the time, and I'm all into gore and slasher films. You know, I have no problem with that. But it was just the updated, 1970s take on the story, which gave me a little bit of a hard time getting into that one. It's a good movie. It's a good zombie film. But it was done too much like just a zombie film. You know, they wanted to capture Ash, Evil Dead. They wanted to capture kind of an Evil Dead kind of crowd in on it, and they did.
Yeah,
and it was good. But the modernism. That's the only reason why I couldn't totally get into it. But so, what's your favorite homage?
I'm gonna throw out an homage. It is the most recent homage. And I would say could be responsible for a resurgence of sorts in weird fiction.
Garfield 2?
Electric Boogaloo. Stranger Things.
Oh, okay, yes. The television series Stranger Things. I'm eagerly awaiting season 3 myself.
Yes, they are so influenced by Cthulhu and Dungeons and Dragons, which I would say Dungeons and Dragons has a Cthulhian gleam at times.
You know, as a hardcore D&D grognard, a little slice, not much, a little itty bitty hair-sized slice of my soul dies every time they refer to a Demogorgon. There's only one Demogorgon. He's a prince of hell. He's constantly at war with Orcus. There's only one of him. He's not a monster. He's a demon.
Right. Okay.
So I'm nitpicking. My nitpicking is over. With that. Don't worry. So if you're just joining us, we're waiting eagerly waiting right now for Oregon Al and Ryman to join us. We started setting up. Tom picked out the Crawling Chaos for himself. As soon as the other two get here, they'll pick out their factions, and we'll set up the Doom track and the Ritual marker, and we'll get ready to go. We're trying to keep everyone entertained by talking about all things Cthulhian, especially in the movies. Now, Tom, did you... I thought you did. If not, we're going to have to sit down and watch this together. Did you not see the Call of Cthulhu silent movie that came out a few years ago?
No, I did not. I know a film.
True, you did. True story.
And you cannot...
You work in the industry currently.
I work in the industry. You can't get me near a movie theater unless you have superheroes, explosions, space travel. I want... art house films, I couldn't sit through another one. And I know that's divisive.
It's under an hour long.
Okay.
You could watch it in your own black and white silent picture that is done, as far as I, a non-filmmaker, can tell. But I've seen my fair share since I've been a kid of silent films and black and white films. I think that they did the genre of silent films complete justice. And I think it's because they used the silent film black and white style, right down to the music from silent films that got added on later. It made the Lovecraft story alive.
Yeah.
I really think it did. And I think it's the only, so far, Mountains of Madness hasn't come out yet, has it? Or did it and I already missed it?
Oh, God, I don't know.
I'm looking forward to checking that out. I want to give it a shot. Because there's rumors that whichever company that is wants to do a Cthulhian universe.
I'm all for that. I would embrace that. As long as you're able to tell that you got it. How do you get into
Did you see Cabin in... I know you saw Cabin in the
Cabin in
Woods.
the Woods was brilliant.
It was completely brilliant. And it did have a lot of
You're right,
Cthulhian feel
very
to it.
Cthulhian,
Especially the ending of it and the reason for the movie.
And the very last scene.
But-
Spoilers
Oh.
if anybody hasn't seen
Oh.
it. I would hold off because it's such a joy to treat.
Well, Oregon Al has entered. Woo, we have proof of it on camera. Oregon Al is here. What's up? But now, just keeping everyone entertained while people are showing up by talking things Cthulian and mythos inspired. Now, the one thing about Cabin in the Woods, everyone's talking about making a sequel to it, and it would be interesting to see a post-apocalyptic Cthulian world, is what it would necessarily be. But I am more interested for a prequel. How did these monsters get captured?
That's a much better story. That's a television series.
That is a television series. Joss Whedon, if you're watching this, and I know, Joss, I know you secretly watch Two Gun Pixie. You are a huge Two Gun Pixie fan. We know you are. So if you like our idea, yes, it should be a TV miniseries.
That's definitely the case.
All right, so Argon Al, who lives the second furthest away, and whose job kept him here late, is already here, while young Master Ryman is still late. All right, so pick out a faction. Did you bother to watch the links I sent you?
I didn't, but I was reading through the rules. I got a good chunk of the way through the 170-page rule book.
You know, you only know the Omega, so you were looking at the Omega rule book. Yeah, that covers all the expansions and everything. Our game, the base, is only like the first 60 or 70 pages of it. So if you got that far in, you got everything in your head. We have the cheat cards out. I barely remember anything from 2 weeks ago when I filmed it. As I was starting to say to Tom before, it's like an actor memorizing lines. And if I don't play the game enough after I do a video on it, there are so many games and we play so many games, I just tend to sometimes forget the rules.
But you do have stuff memorized in your head, right? A line or something from your childhood that you can recite?
From this thing. I mean, it's not that I'm incapable of memorizing.
No, but there's got to be something that's always stuck with you.
Do you mean specifically a rule?
I
or
mean,
anything from my childhood?
My one line in Fiddler on the Roof, where I played the dancing Russian.
Oh, okay.
Zava Shazdarovia, heaven bless you both, Nastrovia. To your health, and may you live together in peace. And then I start dancing. Then
now that I know the angle you're talking about, yes, I have from third grade.
A poem. From
third grade in Good Shepherd School, which was the first year the class, the grade class got to do their own production.
Yeah.
Hey, Ryman is here. We did a production of the child's book, Winkin', Blinkin', and Nod, which most people don't even know of. Do you know Winkin', Blinkin'?
I'm familiar with the name, but I don't know anything about it.
So basically, the guy who wrote it for his kids, and Winkin', Blinkin', and Nod are supposed to be like the eyes closing and then the head falling asleep.
Oh,
it's about these three characters that get lost in a balloon. Well, the bad guy in the story, I got to play in the play. I was Halley's Comet.
Okay.
And I remember two things from this play. I remember the rehearsals because I was always mumbling my songs. And the nun looked at me, and before anyone that's listening to this gets out of hand, let me just say this right up front. I'm Irish, and I don't give a shit, so you shouldn't. So the nun looks at me and she says, "You little Irish bastard, open up your mouth like you're stuffing a potato in it."
She said that?
Yes, the nuns back then were tough. They beat you.
I was going to say, like, that's probably the least of his problems, prejudice.
Oh, that was. I wasn't like the other sister that was beating our hands.
Knuckle rappers?
Constantly beating our hands and then giving us bad penmanship scores and being like, Mrs. Galvin, I don't know why he has bad penmanship.
Forcing you to write with your right hand, you never had that issue.
No, I'm a righty like God intended.
Like
you evil
like
bastard.
God intended.
Yeah.
No hate towards left-handed people. Unless you're an actual friend of mine, then I'm going to razz you all the time.
Left-handed people are in their right minds.
So, but the other thing I remember is my appearance.
Yeah.
And I remember running out on stage, and I remember the crowd being out there. And this was the first time I actually had lights on me and everything. And they had me dressed to the T. They had me with this old style, with the black top hat and the cape, and they drew a curly mustache on me, and I had a cardboard rocket ship. And so they're lost in their balloon, and I come zooming by. I just go zoom right by, and they're like, "What the hell was that?" Oh, yeah, kids. So I guess they said, "What the F is that?"
Yeah.
And then I come running back the other end, and I make my big, and I come out and I go, my name is Halley's Comet, I'm as mean as I can be, and everywhere I go, I know they're all afraid of me.
Brilliant.
Thank you. Encore. No, thank you. No, please, no, please leave the roses. You shouldn't have killed them and just to throw them at me. Thank you. Ryan, put your panties back on.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Anyway, we got off course a little bit. We're only 25 minutes into this live feed and we're about ready. Okay, so I hope everyone kept everyone well entertained. We're talking about Cthulhu and personal memories from youth. I don't know how we got off on that. So, being the first one here, Tommy V got the chance to pick first.
Okay. Calling chaos.
Yes.
Okay.
These.
And our good friend Melissa, who's watching, actually, even after he picked that, I noticed she commented, "If you really want to be evil,
This is the way to do it."
Now, whoever, if anyone, there's only 3. I'm not going to be playing to help speed things up. I'm just going to be filming, also to help get better shots for this and keep the camera charging from time to time. So there's one that will not be used. But if either of you two do decide to use the Great Cthulhu, as you know from just recently reading the rules, Alex, you will start the game as the first player.
Yep.
Now, at the end of the whole round, the new first player will be determined by who has the most power. If there is a tie, the previous first player will decide who the new first player is. And if you see this right here in front, that was right in front of you, Ryan, this is the turn marker. It's the first player marker. So whoever the first player has gets to decide if it is going clockwise or counterclockwise. And me and Tom have already wondered if this can become a bargaining chip at some point. Like if he has it and you two tie for it, judging where you're sitting, he might say, Ryan, I'll give it to you, but you need to reverse the order. So in time, what do you think about ethics? Morality, out the window. Come on, you old ones. You eat souls. You don't care about keeping your word unless it means something to you. What do you gain out of this?
True.
Now, if anyone picks the yellow sign, you will be the only faction from the core game that actually has 2 old ones. You will have both Hastor and the King in Yellow.
Which is good when it comes to devouring. Or not being devoured.
Well, yeah, the King in Yellow doesn't really have a lot of strength necessarily, but can generate so many undead and bodyguards. And that's one of the keys, because I was thinking about, if I was playing tonight, I was going to use the King in Yellow. And going through the Omega rulebook, you saw the hint pages for each of the... Yes.
Yep.
And one of the things for Hastor was just keep generating these undead bodyguards and leave them behind you and just keep going. Just keep moving. Apparently, a lot of people think starting in Africa is a good place for Hastor, for the King in Yellow to start.
I guess it rains there.
So what are why are there faction things you're finding?
Well, most of them show you where you're going to start. And some of the other symbols here have to do with your spell books. Like they may say, if you do something in this area with this marker on it.
Successfully desecrate an area marked.
Wow, I seem to be remembering a little bit more of the rules than I thought I was
I
going to
think it'll come
remember.
back to you.
It might. Well, between me just doing this a couple of weeks ago, and Alex just reading the rules, having the rule book out, having the cheat sheets, and any of our viewers who are watching that know the rules better than us may snipe us noobs. That's fine.
I do like that the world is actually round in this. You can go from one side to the other.
Yes.
Ah.
And water and land mean nothing.
Okay.
You don't need to be able to. Although
There's some fact it matters.
Cthulhu has a dive spell power or something.
Yeah.
But as far as movement goes, 1, 2, 3, from Europe, North Atlantic, North America.
And you can summon gates in the oceans too. I think.
Yeah, you can summon them anywhere. And as Alex was mentioning to start off, North Pacific here is the same as North Pacific here.
So
It is a globe. Sorry, all you flat earthers out there, it is a globe. And no, it's not a donut either. Just saw that today.
Well, I watched Doctor Strange recently.
Oh, look at all these I've missed. HBO. Showtime, I forget. Oh, the Masters of Horror.
Mm-hmm. We gotta check that.
Oh, I missed a lot from you, Melissa. I'm sorry. Johnny will be... When he sees the shelf picks. Yes, I did see the shelf picks, Melissa. Melissa's actually been giving us good hints and tips on building more shelf space.
Nice.
After Melissa saw the state of the shelf, that Tommy V helped me film, and went up. What was that this week? That went up this week's State of the Shelf. Also, by the way, so I've got a couple of viewers here right now. I want to let everyone know that this Monday, me and Tommy V are doing something different, doing something this channel hasn't done before. And we're just sort of testing the waters. And we're also jumping on the bandwagons, testing the waters and jumping on the bandwagon. What is dropping this Monday midday Monday? Too much alliteration. On Midday Monologue Monday.
That is a lot of alliteration.
There's a lot. I love front rhymes. This week is going to be me and Tommy V. Spoiler! Talking about our thoughts on the MCU.
Oh, yes.
We're diverging from board games with this one episode. We're talking about our thoughts. If you consider a person's personal theory a spoiler, then I guess it's spoiler rich. Me, I only count something as a spoiler if I'm told it's like supposed to be from production or something like that. If it's just some schmuck's theory, I don't consider it a spoiler because it's just in time of trying to do a YouTube version of your PPX.
Yeah.
With maybe some green screening behind us.
I love that.
That could be interesting. But we, of course, everything we do for two reasons. We do because we love it and we have fun with it, and we also do it because it's something we believe that you, our friends watching these videos, are going to like. So let us know what you think on Monday. Check that out, and maybe we'll continue doing other things a little bit off topic, but still completely within our nerd circle. So now, Ryman and Norgan and Al have been looking at their faction sheets, and have you decided on factions?
I have. I'm going with the Black Goat.
The Black Goat of the Woods, Shub-Nugrath. And that leaves the Great Cthulhu and Nyarlathotep.
I will go with the yellow sign.
Nice. Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yellow. You have Nyarlathotep. I'm sorry.
I have no
Yellow
idea.
sign it is. So nobody is the Great Cthulhu in this particular round of the
Pass this to
game.
you.
Put this down over here.
I bet we want some popcorn.
Get this all in.
The other dudes are all yours. I think you'll want to pull them all out.
Yeah. Some crazy
giant
figures.
Yeah.
These minis are awesome.
And they do have a last expansion that's about to drop, the Daemon Sultan.
Ooh.
And apparently that's it. After Daemon Sultan, after this last one drops, apparently that's it for the expansions on this. I wonder if that means it's done, or if there's going to be the dreaded next edition that these companies like to do. Like, you don't know how worried I am that, like, 2 years from now, Greater Than Games is going to be like, we have a new 3rd edition of Sentinels. We're going to start it all over again. I am going to go
I don't think
slap
so.
the...
I think that they
I'm going to
put
line
that
the 3 of them up and give them a Three Stooges slap.
I
I'm
think
telling you.
they put that out and they're like, okay, this is my PSI.
Oh, more from Melissa.
my
Wow, so much is going on here.
report.
Which fact? Look at the turtle. Okay, yeah, she got the reference. Oh, apparently it froze up a little bit. The Cat Faction on Onslaught 4, April 4th. So it's April 4th it dropped.
I got all yours out. Oh, those are mine. I got
Yes,
all
you
yours
need
out,
the
but it's
red.
just mine.
Look at these figures. Look at these.
Figures are amazing.
Those are incredible. Ugh.
Hastor.
I wish that was a giant gummy. I want to play it in.
The King in Yellow
I think
is
so.
out of focus.
I'll put it back, yeah.
So these guys are yours.
Onslaught 4, April 23rd. So not quite out yet. Yeah, I forgot the date too. Yeah, there's the only cultists are the regular acolytes. There is an expansion out that has some high priests.
Ooh.
And there's a lot of expansions out for this game.
I gathered.
Besides just the Onslaught 2 and 3 and the upcoming 4, there's also like the Campbell Ramsey has his own expansion based on his additions to the mythos.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So we are going to have the ritual track set up somewhere over here where we can fit it. Maybe when we put it where the rule book is. Get some dice out.
I do think it's interesting that I have the smallest great old one.
How small is it?
Well, I guess.
Well-
next, but he has two too.
Yeah.
And he has the biggest.
That's what.
This
No,
guy
never mind.
cracks me up.
Yeah, I know.
I can't get enough of
Like
him.
a cross between a potato and a sea cucumber. Now, combat seems a little tricky, but I don't really think it is. It's really just adding up power scores
Yeah, it's
for the dice rolls.
yeah. I think you add up power scores, then roll that many dice, and the winner. I don't know.
Gets to take away figures from the
The
losers.
loser.
If you have an old one, you can take sacrifices from them instead. That'll get you power points at the
No, if you have an old
old one or a monster.
Yeah, so if they are unprotected and if they're unprotected, you can take their
Monster can protect the cultist, and an old one can protect the monster or a cultist.
No, monsters protect against monsters. Great old ones protect against great old ones. So a great old one can can devour a cultist if there's if there's not another great old one there. So if there's a monster and a cultist there, a monster can only devour if there's only a cultist there. They can't devour if there's monsters or great old ones there.
All right.
Oh, is that for the?
I think it's a
Blue is the only one who has a chance to choose other players' pains.
Chance to choose other.
You hear that, Tom?
I do.
I'm gonna go get my drink while you guys finish setting your faction areas up. Doom trackers. I think it starts at 8 power, I believe, for the first round of the game.
Doom track starts at.
But not the
Not that.
Your power, I think, starts at 8.
Power starts at 8. That starts. Ritual track starts at 5. Doesn't even go below 5. Look at that.
Let me go get my drink. I'll be right back.
Cool.
Max, you want to get out of the room? Go on. Max, see. She already out?
I guess so. Oh, she might be in her apartment.
Moxie, come on, let's get out, girl. Come on, girl.
Oh, there she is.
Come on. Go.
She thought she could hide. Oh, speaking of which, we do need chairs.
I was just to say, where are the chairs?
So John's been kind of comparing this to Risk.
Yeah, it looks like the board looks
The
like
board definitely looks like it.
I was gonna look at some stuff this afternoon, but I'm like, you know what? Let me go in fresh. See what this is all about.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it's fun to just come in with a blank slate and just be like, all right, let's see what's going on here.
So we all start with controlled gates wherever our sign is.
Oh, okay.
So you start with a gate with a deuter on top of it.
Just an acolyte.
Yeah, an acolyte on top.
Alright, so my symbol is here, right? Yeah. Are these tokens with our symbols on it? Are those mean anything?
That is a good question. I have no answer for you.
Okay. I just looked. I was like, oh, that's all of our logos. I wonder why that's there.
So we get to take one of these tokens.
So yours is here.
Oh, good.
So you just
okay.
put a deuter on it,
These are
acolyte on it.
so there you go.
Did you guys see the video? Do you have roughly no idea?
No idea. I'm kind of going into this blank. I usually need to actually just start playing games to understand them. It's hard to have people explain it to me.
Yeah. I'll just break out the points and we'll go
Yeah.
through playing it because the scoring is kind of
Wonky.
been the important part. So you get at the end of each round, we're going to score up. And basically you get 2 points for each gate you control, 1 point per cultist on the board, which I guess are all going to be acolytes for us. And then if there's an abandoned gate, which only happens if somebody chooses to leave it, everyone gets a point for that. So it's kind of like net nothing. And then special abilities can give you extra points. That's it. You can never score less than half, rounding up, of the highest score.
Gotcha.
So that way there's not somebody who's just like,
Somebody won't be able to
Lay
blow ahead.
yeah.
That's interesting. That's an interesting tactic.
Yeah, so it's a built-in catch-up mechanic to keep
I like
people
that.
from falling too far behind. Yeah, I'm interested to see how it works.
Game mathematics. It's totally beyond me.
Yeah, right?
I'm so impressed by these people who are able to like
Really
work
do
out
that,
these
yeah.
things. Yeah.
And that's it. That's the scoring. So we're also gonna get these things. No, not these things. There's these elder signs somewhere too, and those are worth points. They have a number on them. But
Bring them back.
Oh, wait,
they're basically worth points at the end of the game. You can choose to reveal them earlier, but there's not.
What are we
really
doing
much
up
to
here?
do.
Miss anything while I was gone?
Just giving a brief breakdown of scoring at the end of the game. Wait, is that right? That I might have been just talking about power. I was just talking about power. Doom phase is points. You get 1 doom per gate, and rituals of annihilation get you extra. So we'll get to that when we get there.
Right.
Rituals of annihilation. That sounds like my Friday nights, huh?
That's what we have the tracker out there for.
That's what these are for. The rituals.
So we get the lighting up a little bit here. Actually, what I'm gonna do, hold on. Move this over here. Make better for the cord. Out of the way for me. Get this over here. I don't know what I'm doing.
I'm thinking with the setup, it says we start with 6 acolytes. Do we start with 6 acolytes on the board? Is that what we're doing, or is it just
No, you'd be starting with 6 acolytes
6.
in your pool.
in our pool?
Yes.
Yeah, so I have all my guys, like my acolytes, or here my monks, my what are they? Undead, or here my Bayaki?
Yeah.
Well, double check that, Alex. Double check that. You might start with them all out on the board.
Yeah, that's what I was like. I don't remember. 3-player game. Place the board game so that the 3
And you each
player
get a
sides
gate.
of each hemisphere is up. Is this is the right? You got the right sides of this up, John?
Yes, yes. You have a 5 side near you and 3 side over here for the 4-player
We're playing 3-player.
or 3-player. Oh, maybe I do have it up wrong. Maybe I set it up for 4. Ha ha.
Does this-
Ha ha. He said.
Aha!
Yes, we do have it set up for 4.
Oh, tilt-a-whirl. Sorry about that.
Oh, so we're just on the one map.
No. Less areas.
Turned around.
Yes.
Oh,
Because it's 3 players, not 4 or 5,
interesting.
there's less areas in the game.
That's a neat little built-in. Nice.
I think 2 players might just be 1 map, or maybe
Right.
yeah, that's got to be what it is.
Right.
Cool.
Maybe.
Mayhap.
Mayhap. Set up. Each player must check their faction cards and find their start area. All players start with a controlled gate and 6 acolyte cultists in the area marked with their faction's glyph.
Oh, you're right. It says right on the
And place
card.
one.
Right on the card.
Power, 6 acolytes, and a controlled gate in the area with each glyph.
Boom.
You are correct.
Reading is fundamental.
Reading.
Oh, and I got your bag of tokens right over here, people. Sorry about that.
Oh, those elder signs, right?
Yes. The trophies.
Toss these over there for now. Wow, we all decided to choose the factions that start next to each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ready for war.
My guys are all antisocial from everyone else, so they're all in their own little. Yeah. There. Definitely. That's it.
All right. Well,
Would you like the first player trophy since you've actually read the rules?
sure.
Watch you.
All right. So I could recruit a cultist, except I don't have any cultists to recruit. I could only recruit in the area that I'm in. I could summon a monster. Look at that.
We're trying to kill each other.
Mhm.
We're trying to
Well-
get as many doom points as possible. Basically, bring on our version of the apocalypse. Is the way I understand it.
Gotcha.
But
chaos.
yes, killing each other is.
Oh, that's pretty good. That's a much better shot. And it stays plugged in. I'll still move the camera around from time to time. Older sons win you the game, guys. You need to, I know you also have to have, should have all your spell books by the end of the game
Oh,
in order to win.
I can move this stuff around if you want to. If you want to turn this card.
No, I'm good. I think I'm gonna start by moving. I was just double checking the rules on moving. I know you can move as many as you want.
Yeah, it costs you power as long as you have the power to move.
It's 1 power per unit per space. I believe.
Yes, you move 1 unit, 1 space will cost you 1 power. And that's cultist. I can't remember if the other guys cost you more.
The speed card, the cheat card, for lack of a better term, says -1 power per unit to move.
Mhm.
So it just says unit.
So
in
unit,
general.
yeah.
So
Yeah, but it's unit to an adjacent spot. So
that's 1 power.
that's 1 power. That's 2 power. That's 3 power.
Can you move the same unit? You just said there's no limit on moving.
It does not matter where each movement came from or where it goes to. You can move units from different areas onto the same area or into
1
different
per
areas.
move, not per space, Melissa just said.
1 per move, not per space.
So it's 1 power per unit moved. Move it
So you could move.
to an adjacent area. So they can only move to an adjacent area. That's the key.
Okay.
1 per move, not per space. Of course, only blue can move 2.
Got it.
No, can't move 1 unit more than 1 time per turn.
Thank you, Melissa.
There we go.
All right. Well, totally. Sure. I'll just spend. Is that really all I want to do? Seems a little sheepish of me.
No prob, guys.
Let's do it. Let's spread out. I'm the black goat after all. All right. I'm
Well-
gonna spend 5 power.
5 power.
Oh wait, no wait. It costs 3 power to create a gate. I'm gonna just move 3 dudes. That'll cost me 3 power. Which is still. Yeah. What the heck? Oh. What else can I do? I can create monsters, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. As long as you, yeah.
Can awaken a great old one if you got enough power.
It's true.
In fact, one of the tips for Hastor in the book I saw was to get the King in Yellow out as soon as you
I was
can.
gonna say King in Yellow.
Even if you can do it on the first turn, it's suggested.
His cost is 4. And
Yeah.
with 8 power. That's exactly. I was looking at that. I'm like, why not?
All right. Well, I have units in 4 areas now, so I get a spellbook card.
And Melissa said, don't forget, grab the easy spell books as soon as you can.
And how do you grab spells?
Each slot will tell you what you
It's
need
an
to
act-
be able to
oh,
put
that's
a.
what those are. Okay.
You can put you accomplish one of those tasks, and then you can choose one of your spell books to put in that slot. But then obviously you cannot use the ability of that slot to get another spell book. It's like Cthulhu one here. One of them says Awaken Cthulhu.
Right.
So once you awaken Cthulhu, you can put a spell book there, but then you can never use Awaken Cthulhu to get another spell book. You have to use one of your other slots and what it says.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, and the other thing I always remember reading since I was planning on playing Hastor is keep moving and keep generating those bodyguard undead creatures and just keep leaving them behind you.
Okay.
I give hints to you other guys, but I didn't read hints for the others. So
the other one.
y'all are just SOL.
I see what I could have done. Whip. Tough nuts for me. Cool. Cool. You got. You can go ahead, Tom, if you want. I'm picking up my spell book.
Okay, so
Which one did you accomplish?
I accomplished the have units in 4 areas.
Ah.
So number 1 is the action phase. I can recruit 1 cultist, right?
Mm-hmm. You'll lose a power to do that.
And is this like I have 8 things to deal with, right?
Yes, and we're going to keep doing this phase until all of you have no power left.
Okay.
And then you go into the gather power phase.
Okay. So I can move if I want to move to Europe.
Mm-hmm.
Then it's 7.
Yes.
Right? I want to send.
And if you ever leave a gate, it's no longer yours. It's unguarded.
Right. I want to send somebody out in the North Atlantic.
It's cold.
Takes me down
wet.
to 6. As your action, play 4 power. Do I have power?
This
is my power.
That's what you're spending.
Stuff, yeah.
So on one turn, it says you have to spend 4 powers. So if you spend your turn moving 4 guys, that's 4 power.
Okay. 3. 4.
Now you have access
4 power.
to one of your blue spell books
My
there.
blue spell books. Now I always like to do this.
And pass this down to Ryan so he has them ready. And he can see which ones he
I'm
wants.
just going to randomly select, and it
Oh,
says
this-
here.
Tom loves
I
playing
love to play
dangerous.
the rate. You may earn both these spell books in a single action by paying 10 power. I don't have enough to pay 10 power, correct?
At the point right now, no.
Yeah.
Oh, and there are 0 power abilities that you can use. You have to spend power that turn before you can use a 0 power, I think.
Is that right? Is that right?
So I've still got 4 power left.
Well, yeah, you have to have power to use it, or you have to spend power. It's one or the other.
I'm looking.
It says here -1 power to capture 1 cultist.
Oh.
Can I capture a cultist, John?
I believe not with another cultist. I think you need a monster.
Correct.
Oh. Well, okay. Doesn't say that though.
You need-
-1 power to capture 1 cultist.
You need so a monster can capture cultists if there's no monsters or great old ones there, and a great old one can capture cultists if there's no great old ones there. So if you had a monster here, you could capture
Grab
a
one of my
cultist,
guys.
or if you had a great old one.
3 will let me create 1 gate.
Yeah, you could create a gate in the North Atlantic.
But you can't. You've performed 1 action for your turn, so your turn's.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I was gonna ask. Is like, so the
I
movement-
thought I could do it until I played Dungeons. and Dragons.
One
We
action.
just,
One action.
We just keep
And
going
we'll go
around
around.
until we run out of power.
Oh, I just moved 4 people though.
Because you use the move action.
Right. Move action. You can move
as many guys as
as you want to. Yeah.
Interesting.
And doing this spell book was my action then, right?
No, moving your dudes was your action.
Oh, that's
And by
the one
doing
action.
that
I can do that as
action,
many
you generated
times.
the spell book.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Melissa.
All right.
As I said, also important like Godfather game, if you have something that costs 0 power, but you have used all your power, you can't do it. So use any 0 power things before you're out.
Okay, makes sense.
Cool.
That means it gives you your power, not a -1. The cap cult gives that player 1 power at the next gather power phase. We don't.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, I've already shot my foot off here. So
You used all your power on the
No.
movements? Oh.
no, not yet.
Let's see.
This charges up a little more. I think I'll get some close-up shots. I'll move the camera.
Let's see what this is first. The unit in area lacking a gate. I have a gate there. There's an area. So I am going to. Well, that is considered an area. Okay, cool.
So also all of our cultists right now, our acolytes, all have 0 power unless your spellbook gives them power or
Right.
combat. 0 combat.
Okay. That's interesting with the king in yellow. He has 0 combat.
King is not a warrior.
Yeah.
My units can fly. When moved, they can travel 2 areas. They can even fly over areas containing enemy units.
Well, I haven't done anything yet, so if you'd like to
Fly over
flex
you.
that power.
Ryan's giving you the opportunity to retcon your forgotten moves.
No,
Okay.
I'm not gonna do it.
Because I have not done anything yet, so I'll figure
I'm not gonna do it.
That was awfully big of him.
Now would be the
Yeah.
time to do it.
Yeah,
'Cause I'm
yeah,
still
yeah.
figuring out what I want to do. Let's see. Alright, so I'm gonna move one guy up to the Arctic Ocean. So that's 1. And you know what? It's part of
That's where that's where I was captured, by the way, as Haley's Comet. I was captured at the North Pole
That makes sense, of course.
by a polar bear that caught me in a block of ice. Yeah.
There seems to be a party
I
in North
bet
Atlantic.
the nuns
so...
weren't too quick to explain how that happened.
Oh, the funny thing is, that was the role I wanted. I wasn't even thinking big like the lead villain.
No.
I'll do 1 into Asia.
The Arctic Ocean is crazy. It's just like adjacent to everything.
To
on top of
everything
the
on
board.
the top, yeah. So in order to move from one side of the board to the other, I would have to move into the North Pacific or the Indian Ocean and then go over. Right?
Yeah, you can move to that North Atlantic, and then you can move to North America.
Yeah, the North Pacific
It's
is
one
one space.
space.
The Indian
Okay.
Ocean is one space.
Oh, the Atlantic. Sorry.
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to do that. I'm going to move those 3 guys. Let's use my 3 power down to 5.
All right, back to me. Oh man, you guys made it so easy to get a spell book. Oh, thank you. I got one. 'Cause I
share
areas
areas
with all enemies.
I just wanted to be part of things in the North Atlantic.
You just wanted to be part of the
Just
party.
be part of
man.
these 2 guys.
So if you're not familiar with the game, you can see it's not that difficult to at least start getting a spell book or 2. Some of them will take you a little time to work at, but there are a few that you can pretty much jump in. This is the first round, and Oregon Al has one. Tommy V has one. Did you get one, Ryan?
I have not, but I'm about to.
He's about to.
Yeah, I'm actually, before I grab my spellbook, I'm going to just go ahead and use Necrophagy to summon
That sounds unhealthy.
2 ghouls. I'm going to summon 2 ghouls, which cost me 0.
I do that when I have dry
Necrophagy.
skin. Put on some necrophagy. Anybody want
No,
some?
I'm good, thanks.
Which
I got a sandwich in there, but I'll put that later.
doesn't help me with anything else, but
They're the ghouls. The ghouls.
but that's it. Then I'm gonna grab one of these here powers.
So yeah, I've said it before. I'm a little tired of a lot of the Cthulhu themed games, only because so many of them are the same. I can only play an investigator in so many different rule sets to games.
Yeah.
But this was.
Well, let me guess. I go mad.
But it's one of the reasons why I was hot for this game is because this is so different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No other game. And Tommy was asking me about this earlier. No other game that I have or that I've heard of. Are you actually playing the elder ones, the old ones?
Yeah. It's super cool. Oops.
So are we allowed to look through the spell books?
So Ryan,
Choose.
we got an update from Melissa. Ryan, yellow does not start with tokens out. You put them out when you desecrate. You have not committed desecration yet. Dun,
Yeah,
dun, dun.
so I don't have what...
Is that what these are? Desecration tokens?
I don't know. Is that what these are? Is that why they're yellow?
They're not gates.
Oh, we did I put the wrong thing. That's all on me.
So are these the gates?
No, that's the Doom.
These the gates?
Probably
tracker.
the bit. Yeah, those.
Yes,
giant
those are the
things.
gates. The giant
Gates.
round things that look like gates. Dun dun dun.
My bad.
But I'll take these.
That's all me, Melissa.
I was wondering, like, there's a yellow circle around those. That's weird. Thank you.
All right. Well, I took.
And they actually sell plastic miniature 3D game
Gates.
components for the gates and stuff.
Yeah, I was looking. I'm like, this looks really complex, and there's like symbols and things on here. It's pretty awesome.
So I took the red sign, which Dark Young can create gates, control gates. Each add 1 to shove Nigoroth's combat, and each earn 1 power during the gather power phase. They do not act as cultists with respect to any other purposes. Oh, and it makes them cost 2 instead of 3.
Yeah, the black goat likes to spawn creatures out.
That's right, I do. I like my spawn.
So is that it for your action?
That's it. It's on to Tommy.
Is it for yeah? It looks like I have 3. I have 4.
You have.
Reconnecting. Oh, there we go. We only dropped for
I
a
can
moment
pull a
there.
monster up through this gate,
Yes, you can.
and it can be any of these as long as I have the
Power.
Do you have the power?
I can do a hunting horror for 3,
And you can only summon 1 monster,
and that's my move, right?
and that's your move. That's your
The
action.
hunting horror?
This is the hunting
I thought those,
horror.
okay. I thought those were.
Maybe those are. Yes, you're right. These are the hunting horror.
Oh man, they are horrifying.
It does in the book, but yeah, I think.
No, I think you're right. That looks like the outline that's being shown there.
Looks like the sandworm. And
These, I think, are the Byakis, or however you pronounce it.
Hunting horrors. Yep, that's definitely
I think
them.
these are the Byakis.
Oh, that is. That's right. Yeah, that's Hastor's things. Yeah.
He has the night gaunts and the
Night
flying
Polyps.
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 Yeah, I don't know what's.
Flying polyps are disgusting.
Oh!
No sound? Listen, you just say the sound is out? Oh, it's back now. Okay.
That's really interesting.
All right. So that was your one action. You don't have enough to summon anything else. So you can't do anything else with your summon action there, Tom.
That's it. That's all I got. But that's all I need. I got myself a hunting horror.
And Anthony wants you to know that you all suck.
He's
Anthony-
not here, so I think he sucks.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
The 20-sided warrior, or you a 4-sided loser?
All right. So you are all set with yours.
I'm all set. I mean, I still got one little movie, but
Yeah.
I've already done that.
Anthony would like you to know you look moist, Tom.
Oh, okay, yeah. Maybe I gotta dry off a little bit.
How to awaken the King in Yellow? You must have a unit in an area lacking a gate.
Antarctica.
Pay 4 power. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
The king appears in that area.
The king is chilly.
So he's friends with Mr. Freeze. Chill.
With the Snowmeister?
Snowmiser?
Snowmiser.
And that's it. So I use my 4 power. I summon the King in Yellow.
Cool.
The king.
Oh, and actually by awakening the King in Yellow, I can use Spellbook. I'm going to may as well take this one, the Screaming Dead,
Ah, that's a good one.
which has to do with the King in Yellow.
Yes. All right, so that was that action.
I'm trying to remember capturing cultists. Do they give you power or do they give you doom? I think they give you power.
I think you get power at the in the cleanup phase when you give them back to the owner.
That's what I was
I
thinking.
think you get 1 point per cultist you give back, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out, do I want to summon a gate or do I want to start capturing some cultists here?
This is I am correct.
Oh.
That hasn't happened often in this night, but it's good to know it happens once in a while.
I could also create Dark Young.
Or ever. Thanks, Anthony.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and summon a gate in the South Atlantic.
But Anthony will be here tomorrow, so if you're tuning in now and you're wondering where where T-Bone is. He will be here tomorrow for we'll be live streaming Origins.
Yeah.
Origins, and either Ryan or Anthony will be playing a quick round of the Abandons. I've played it, and Oregon Al has played it, so that leaves you two to play the quick little card game. It takes about 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's super quick.
Or in my case, it takes the top right up.
3 times in a row.
Of course.
And then off camera, we're going to be playing a hardcore game of Coma Ward for the bulk of the day tomorrow. You'll be able to see that on the slideshow Sunday if you're curious.
Yeah. That does it for me. I'm sapped out of power.
All right.
Anthony is at the Hawaiian Punch Factory currently.
The Hawaiian Punch Factory. Interesting.
And by the way, Alex, Melissa says, good plan, gates or more power.
Yep.
-1 power to capture. So is it my turn?
Yes.
So I get -1 power to capture a cultist.
Yeah.
I can do that now with this little
Yes.
puppy.
You can. So you take his cultist. put
Does
on
it
your
have to
board.
be here, or can I move somewhere else? And
So you,
Moving
if
uses
you
your
move,
action.
that uses your action.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And you've got 1 power left.
Shoink.
So,
Sorry about that.
No.
and that goes onto your board,
It goes onto my board.
Okay.
and that uses your last power, right?
Capture an enemy cultist means I get
You guys hold up.
drawn randomly.
That is brutal.
Doom points on the
Oh, did we do that wrong, Melissa? I'm not sure what you were saying no to.
No. Where I put this? I don't put this on my card?
We'll just keep going for now.
I think you're out of power, right? Or did
I am
you-
Now
now.
it is.
That was my -1 power to capture cultist. I just captured cultist.
Not -1.
Uh-oh.
Minus blank power. So I guess does it depend
Oh,
on
maybe your dude is special.
Is it combat value on the guide, maybe?
You get 1.
Combat value is 2. Spellbook, seek and destroy. Oh, wait a minute.
She says not -1. You get 1 in the gather power phase.
Right. Cost him 1 to capture, though, right?
But that's
Battle capture costs 1 power.
So I specifically need the seek and destroy.
yeah, -1 power.
Like normal elimination, it does not immediately return to its goal. Next gather power.
-1 power to capture 1 cultist.
That is needed. Yep.
And Alex is also double checking.
Yep.
So what did that mean?
That means you got the cultist. You're gonna
Yeah,
get an
dude.
extra power next turn, and he's down a dude.
So now, when it's done, instead of going to 8, I'm going to go to 9.
You're gonna go above that, but
Yeah.
yes.
I'm going to go.
You're
okay.
gonna because you're gonna get 2 for your gate. You're
Yeah.
gonna get 1 for each cultist that you have on the board, and
Right.
then you're gonna get 1 for that.
Okay.
So you're gonna go. Actually, you might be right that you're at 9. You'll be the 9.
Well, I think it's, I thought I just saw something that says you go up to half of whatever your.
If
total
you're the
power.
if you're the
Oh,
lowest,
If you're the lowest.
you will get half of the highest.
Oh,
Rounded
I
up.
see. Half. Okay, I understand.
Yes, Melissa's on board with us now. Woo! We're all in agreement. Wonderful, wonderful as the madness sets in.
I guess that's the advantage of capturing cultists is that
You're
it costs you power, but you're handicapping that player.
Yeah.
yeah.
They're not gaining. You gain an extra power, and they gain 1 less.
And you're sacrificing, so that's cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Sacrificing to your great one.
Just back down static for a little while.
I,
Juice back up. As my regular friends here know, I do all my shooting through my Galaxy Note 8.
I misread one of the powers on here. I thought it was cost 1. It's a cost 2. It was the wrong thing.
So I just got to make sure it's charged up enough. It's not getting too low. I just don't want to take any chances. Anthony said Melissa needs to come by and play. And ever in New York, then the invite does stand.
Well,
There you go.
so I do control that gate. Oh wait, no, it's not. Oh no, power is on 1 monster requires control gate. Oh, that's right. So it's based on the cost of the card. Well, an undead costs 1.
Successfully desecrate.
Yeah, Melissa's in Florida.
How do you
It's a
desecrate?
cost 2, so I have to roll a die when there's no token and all that sort of stuff. But I thought it was a cost 1. But in either case, I only have 1 power left, so I'll use my last little power point to summon an undead.
Woohoo!
This gate.
And that does it. I'm at 0. Tom's at 0.
Yikes.
Ryan's at 0. And so now I believe the next is the gather.
Gather power phase.
So,
Yes.
1 per cultist. So all of us are gonna get 6.
No, I'm not.
Except Ryan, who's getting 5. 2 power per controlled gate. I get 4. Everyone else gets 2.
Yep.
Loses. Plus 1 power per abandoned gate. There's none, so we don't get any of that. Plus,
Power for
Power.
any special abilities.
none of mine do anything. How about you?
No.
And then increase if you got less than 5, you would get 5.
I got 7, so.
Cool.
Okay.
And so now the player with the highest power, moi, gets the first player token. And I don't know about this whole Tommy V going after me thing. I'm gonna switch it up.
Oh, making you the last player, TV.
Okay.
Okay, that's fine.
Like a Willy Wonka character, TV.
So I
Like
only got back up to 8 again.
No, you got
No, you got 9 because you have to
You have to give him
back that, and that gets you that extra point, so you're at 9.
I left that out. I'm sorry.
Okay.
That wasn't listed here, so
Oh, so like I released you.
You sacrificed, and now he's finding another cultist to take
Okay,
the place.
okay.
And now it's the Doom phase. Plus 1 Doom per controlled gate. So I get 2. Everyone else gets
So
1.
let me move that first player marker.
Mm-hmm.
And Rituals of Annihilation. In player order, earning plus 1 Doom per controlled gate and plus 1 Elder Sign per faction. Great Old One. So at this point, I could spend 5 of my power here to go up on the ritual track and score my gates again
Yes.
and get 2 more points.
When the ritual track is maxed out and the player has all their spell books, that's one of the cues for an end game situation,
Oh, wow.
I think.
I think if it just maxes out,
Maxes out at 10.
yeah, double check. You might be right. I remember something about the 6 spell books though. What does the 6 spell books do? So I am not going to.
Melissa says you should be using desecration, Ryan. You would get
Yeah,
more
yeah.
points.
That's what I'm. Well, I like I said,
You just got that power now?
I
he-
couldn't do it without the king in yellow, and I
Alright.
I messed up the math before. I thought it was a cost 1. It was actually a cost 2. So I left myself with 2 little power to desecrate the area that I wanted to.
Learned your lesson.
I think
Yes.
I'm going to save my power this time around and pass the choice to Tom. So you can gain another token on the Doom track, and since you don't have your Great Old One, so that's all you could do. But it would cost you 5 power.
Cost me 5 power to move my Doom track up 1.
That you
Correct.
can't win the game unless you have all 6 of your spell books.
Okay.
Melissa just confirmed that.
I
also,
am-
yeah.
I'm not gonna worry about this Doom track, all right?
Oregon Al is all into you, Melissa. He gave me like this dirty look until I said Melissa just confirmed it, and then he's
No.
like, "Oh, okay."
I was like, I knew there's something about the thing, but I think the game will still end even if you get to the max and you don't have the things.
But winning is another question then.
Yeah.
Winning and game end are not necessarily the same.
Now my characters can move 2 areas.
And Anthony is laughing
So
at us.
you're not moving yet. We're just doing this ritual.
We're still
So
in
yes,
the
gather-
Doom phase.
You
The
passed.
Doom phase.
Yeah,
Sorry.
So I passed on that, so now it's in my turn to go.
So wait. So let me.
I guess it should have went the other way around. It
Yeah,
should've went
because
to
you
Ryan 'cause I
switched to
flipped
Doom.
it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's still. This is part of the previous turn.
No, it's the
Oh, okay.
first player goes.
Well, we'll just pretend I
Yeah,
didn't say
whatever.
anything.
So what? Pay 5 power to move that up.
So you get 1 on your Doom track,
Uh-huh.
and then you draw from this bag, which gets you Mystery Doom at the end of the game.
But then I have less power to use on my next turn.
You have 5 less power to use on you.
5 less power to use on my next turn.
You need to draw from the bag. There is the bag.
And I believe when you use this, it increases the cost for every subsequent.
Ryan, how much power do you have?
I have 7.
7 power, Melissa.
So
7
I have
power.
So I have a plan in my head about what I'm gonna do on my next turn.
The ritual marker. What is the ritual marker? There's only.
Oh, that's the triangle. That's the triangle. Which I'm not sure why we have 4 of them, but
Oh. I don't know what those little tokens with their faction things on them are then. But
Are they?
you're right. It's a ritual of annihilation.
I remember that now from filming the setup.
Oh! Whoa!
Oh, look at that. That was stowaway. Blue Cultist does not want to be Narlahotep anymore. He's hearing the siren song
He's
of
trying
the
to end
King
it.
in Yellow.
Let's put that there so that way it's kind of out of the way.
Are you gonna?
No,
do-
I'm not gonna.
Yeah, even Melissa's like, I don't know why they gave extra. It's just like they were filling space on the punch board or something.
Probably.
I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it.
All right. I am going to go then.
Yep.
So,
Let's go crazy. Oh, wrong go. Oh, just a second turn in. There's a little bit of action on the board. Some gates out. At least one new one has been built.
I am going to.
And the King in Yellow walks the Arctic.
I'm going to use 1 power and devour one of these dudes.
Crunch. Delicious.
That was your ghoul that ate one of Tommy V's blue cultists.
Yep. And then now it's
Ryan's turn.
There's no symbols in the Arctic Ocean.
Yeah, there is.
right?
It's under the camera.
Oh, there is.
Yes,
I'm just curious to see.
this is the North Pacific.
No, the Arctic.
Oh, the Arctic goes all the way. Yes, it touches all the way to the other end. It
Symbol.
stretches.
Right.
Okay. Interesting.
You're
All one long landmass from
He's
corner
looking
to
for
corner.
these.
Yeah, I was looking for those symbols.
The
Oh.
The oceans don't have
The
them.
yellow symbols you're looking for.
That
Got
makes
it.
sense. Okay. Well, that being the case, I think what I'll do is.
Got one old one out. Contemplating how quickly we can get the others out. Wreak some real havoc on this planet and against each other. Maybe start some elder combat. And did you need to draw something from that bag, Ryan? Oh, you did.
No, I chose not to go through with that action. I was thinking about it, and I was like, maybe not. Let me try to conserve some of this here.
Don't look
I
behind the curtain.
think if I'm reading this right,
Yeah.
so I can use this. I can use this action in the spell book as long as I meet the. So it says move the king in yellow to an adjacent area. Any undead in the same area, there are none there. Any undead in the same area can move with him for free. Immediately after, you may take a second different action. You may not take he who is not to be named as your second action. That's one of my other spell books. So the way I'm reading it is that I can spend 1 power, move him, and then take another action right away.
Does it say you can take another action?
Yeah, so it read.
Yeah,
yeah.
make sure I'm reading that right.
Yep.
Okay. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to spend 1 power.
And Melissa is in agreement with you, Alex.
I will move.
It with Ryan.
With Ryan. Well, you were both in agreement with Ryan.
Down here. I'll move the king in yellow to North America.
Yeah.
Yes, if you have your dead, that is his ability.
Okay. And then immediately take a second action. My second action, I will spend 2 power to desecrate.
Oh man, what's that mean?
If the king is in an area with no desecration token, roll a die. If the roll is equal to or less than... Oh, actually, this might not be a bad idea. Oh, this might be a bad idea. If the king is in an area with no desecration token, roll 1 die. If the roll is equal to or less than your units in an area, including the king, place a token. I only have 1 guy there.
Yeah.
So maybe this is a bad idea. So maybe what I should do
Make a gate.
is... That's exactly what I was thinking. Make a gate, summon some dudes there, and then make this roll later.
Can you make a gate where you... I think you need...
I need a cultist.
Could be wrong.
No, you're right. It's yeah, I do need a cultist to make a gate.
You're wrong.
This says you still get a monster, worth it every time.
Yeah.
No do it, works like a gate.
Oh yeah, whether you succeed or fail, place a monster or cultist with a cost of 2 or less in the area.
Oh,
Nice.
Screw it.
There
As
you go.
well. Because if I roll a 1, I could roll a 1. I usually roll very low. We all know this.
Yes, you are notoriously bad roller for when low rolls are bad.
3. All
you
right.
get a
So
monster.
Midland.
get a monster.
Do you-
Cost 2 or less.
Do you desecrate the area? Do you put?
I do not. I have to see the in order to
6 feet.
desecrate. It has to be equal to or less than
Got it.
my units that are there. So the roll was higher. So I do get to summon either a monster or a cultist. I think I will summon an undead.
Ooh.
Yeah, you want to get those undeads out
You don't want to be Aki?
No, because the undead can move with
with Hastor,
with,
with
the
the King in Yellow.
And as long as I have dudes with me, the roll will be a little bit better. So I will put an undead there. And I believe undead are 1.
I
Cool.
believe you're right.
Do you have to pay for that?
I don't think so.
No, I don't.
You paid for it with your desecrate.
Right. Okay. So no, I don't have to. So I started with 7. Use the 1 to move. Use 2 more, so now 4. Okay. Cool.
Over to Tommy.
Over to me. My cult is far more interested in international travel than actually
Because they're
ending
miles.
the world. Right. I'm assuming if I'm reading this right, I get to move 2.
Oh.
So
That's-
know things are serious. Sorry,
You're-
when
you're-
players start standing up around the table.
South America, that's just 1 move.
Mhm.
Then I have to go Indian Ocean. Okay.
Anthony likes your remark about international travel.
2.
That only costs 1, I think.
And remember, you can
Okay,
move
you're
2
right,
spaces.
You're right.
He did. Yeah. He moved
I did.
from north to the ocean.
Because you
South
fly.
America, then over to the other ocean.
Boom.
Mm.
Okay. Bump.
Mm-hmm.
Bump. 4. Boom. 5. 6.
Wow.
As your action, play 6 power.
Nice.
Ba-ba-doom.
And get a new spell.
Abduct.
All right, so then that is back to Orga now.
Yeah.
Melissa's yelling at you to get the evil one.
Uh-oh. I don't even know what she's talking
I
about.
think she's talking about getting the Narlahotep out of
This
here.
guy.
Yeah.
I'm working on. I can't do that
10.
because it's a 10 cost, and I haven't gotten 10 power points yet. But I'm hoping to change that. I'm going to try to open some gates.
No, the spell book.
What do you mean?
Oh, there's a spell book.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
one-
spell book
one of your-
awaken.
No, the spell
No,
book
there's-
is all.
Look at your spell book.
Oh, I've been doing this randomly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
Tom.
haven't been looking.
Tom-
That's the joy.
Tom is difficult.
That's the joy of board games.
The timed one. Looking for the spell.
All right,
the
I'll
timed
look
one.
at it, but I'm going to shuffle it. 1,000 forms, emissary of the outer gods. Should I be spoiling this for them? Invisibility.
Invisibility.
Yeah, that means that you guys have to be blindfolded and just trust what he says.
I think she may be referring to the 1,000 forms.
Tom also likes 1,000 forms.
Well, what are the 3 that you have out right now?
Madness, seek and destroy.
Wah,
and
wah, wah.
I think I really want more gates, and I really want to move, but y'all are cramping my style here.
trying to. You know,
Wah,
that,
wah, wah.
if I have my
Wah,
brothers,
wah,
there's
wah.
going to be a
Wah, wah,
unguarded,
wah,
there's going to be an
wah, wah.
abandoned gate in our future.
I am going to summon
Uh-oh.
2 Dark Young
Oh.
for a grand total of that's 4. I can send
Will he? Will he summon 3?
so 2 cost me 4, so I'm at 9. So I'm supposed to get 5.
Oh, simple math.
That's what I want to do.
Thrice they have been called, and thrice they have answered. So where you putting the third one?
I'm just summoning 2.
Oh,
That's
just
what
2,
I'm doing.
okay.
What I have on the board is what I'm summoning.
Ooh, things have been getting ugly in Africa.
Back to the Ryman.
I'm just waiting for one of them to say,
Desecrating.
unlimited power!
Desecrate again so soon?
You know, you should wait 20 minutes before you desecrate.
Yeah, you
I
just
didn't.
ate.
Listen, I haven't eaten yet. So.
Can you desecrate in the same area? On the same.
If the cops don't
Well, I
catch
have.
you.
It wasn't a success. because I needed to roll
I
one.
believe he's correct on that because it
no, that
wasn't a
makes
success.
sense. It doesn't say otherwise on that thingus, so
On the thingus.
on the thingus.
Sit down for a moment, folks.
Yeah, it's as part of the desecration actions.
Not that you
Cave
care.
In an area with no desecration token, then I
Boom.
roll.
Bingo.
And there is no desecration token. So
D-I-N-G-O.
I may as well, 'cause also it's while it's 2, it costs 2. I can also summon
Some of the dudes for free. Well, for the 2.
for the 2, but still, I got a chance to. It's actually
Yeah.
success or failure.
Yeah.
I get to summon a guy.
Melissa's telling you to keep trying till you
Yeah.
get one.
There we go.
2. All right.
So that's the
Desecrating North
2.
America.
or less than your units in an area, including the king, place a desecration token in the area. Whether you succeed or fail, place a monster or cultist with a cost of 2 or less in the area. So here's my desecration token.
Monster or cultist?
Monster or cultist?
Don't you need a cultist in an area to bring out other cultists in that area?
I need a cultist to make a gate,
Ah,
which I can then use to bring other things in.
yeah.
So I could. That was my first thought, was to summon another.
And they
cultist
also
in the
get you
area.
power at the end of the
Yes.
Yeah, if you make a gate, remember you want to leave someone with it.
turn. You have to leave. Well, I mean, I guess you don't have to, but not much point in making a gate and then abandoning it.
Yeah.
Though having the undead with me, they move with the king in yellow. That's the thing.
They may.
They may. I can have them move with me.
Because one of the suggestions I remember in the book was just leaving them there and just keep making new ones where you keep going.
But it is good to have more guys with me.
Yes,
because
it
then
is.
The chances are higher of me being able to desecrate the areas.
What do you get for desecrating?
Well, that's what I was going for next. Is that I can generate a spell book because I desecrated an area that has that little glyph on it.
Gotcha. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
So I will do a cultist, I think, or acolyte. Yeah. Yeah. Acolyte.
So you want to leave someone with it, it counts for power. Then letting others build the gates and then taking them is super fun. According to
Yeah,
Melissa.
I was looking at like you left one little dude over here, Tom. It's kind of I noticed that a second ago. So 4, I used 2. All right, that was.
He's the antisocial cultist.
Guys, go on. Get out of here. I'm fine.
I got the gate. Don't worry. I
I
got
the
it.
gate. I got the gate. All right. Is that
That's my action
my
was to desecrate.
So that's Tommy V.
all right? So -3 power to create 1 gate. So I am
I'm tapping it. Oh no, you got one.
bada bing, bada boom. South Pacific.
Wait, did you just go?
Yeah.
I did. I desecrated North America.
Oh.
Sounds about right. Oh, I need to generate a spellbook.
All right, Donald. Sorry, politic free. Politic free. I'm sorry. I'm
It
sorry.
could
I'm
have been
sorry.
Donald Duck.
Donald
He's
Duck is
angry.
desecrating America left and
He
right
doesn't wear pants anymore.
with his. You know, you can't understand a thing this guy is saying, and then he gets upset at you. What a schmuck.
I'm trying to figure. So I assume kills are eliminations, right? They eliminate dudes.
Eliminations, I believe I saw somewhere that they are kills or captures.
Any kills, those players choose any post-battle abilities they have away.
Kills, yes. Almost feel like we're chatting with Sandy Peterson himself.
Little Sandy.
I guess we'll wait until I get there.
But he started his career in the '80s with was it Games Workshop? He was the designer of the original Arkham Horror.
Oh, that's pretty
There
cool.
are some really interesting spell books here. I don't know which one to take.
I'm just gonna go ahead and move something like that. Cost me 2, pops me down from 5 to 3, and I now have units in 6 areas too.
So you get a spell book?
So I get a spell book.
Nice. Tom, man, you
Back.
need cultists out, man.
I think I'll put the
You don't
I'm
have
going as fast as I can. No, I'm all spread out. That's the problem.
That's why you are. You're not like clumped up like these other guys.
Yeah,
You're like the coyote to their wolves.
I know. I have to spread my wings.
Those coyote wings.
Spread my wings.
So far, I'm liking a lot of the subtle tactics in this, especially with the whole use of only one action per turn, having to plan things out.
Yeah. Yes.
And we still have not had an old one battle yet. Nor cultists. More monsters.
Oh, I get that now. I've been reading one of my requirements, and I'm like, how do I do that? Oh, it's got to be summoning Niggeroth. No, it's take an action to kill 2 of my own guys, and then I get the spellbook.
Oh, self-sacrifice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you should see some of the painted version of these that people have done. There, some really great work.
I bet.
Oh, okay.
Cool. That's it.
You all set?
Yep.
You got it. You sacrifice your guys.
No.
No.
I went to 6 areas and did that thing.
Oh, okay.
I have to use that as my action.
Gotcha. And you already did your action with move, so that's the Ryman.
Australia, is that symbol like a little, like a...
A chevron, a yellow chevron
okay.
upside down.
Okay. There's 2 oceans between me and there, right? There's 2 moves, I have to move twice.
This is the Indian Ocean here.
And I have to go into the North Pacific to get there.
North Pacific over here.
And then down again and down again. So it's basically 1, 2, 3 movement to get there.
The spell I took, by the way, was if Shove Niggeroth is in play, ghouls, fungi, and Dark Young cost 1 fewer power.
Nice.
Well, the Dark Young, they're always so pricey.
Yeah.
Alright, so I'm going to use the Screaming Dead action again. For a cost of 1. To move King in Yellow to an adjacent area. And move any undead with him, which I want to do.
Living a lone cultist in North
So,
America.
Yeah,
to move
yep,
King in
yep.
Yellow to the North Pacific. And also
Bing.
move that undead with him. Yeah, just
Bada
that.
boom.
That cultist stays there because he's not dead. Then you may take a second different action. You may not take he who is not to be named as your action. Okay. You can gain 3 doom points.
How do you figure?
Because as my action, select another player to gain 3 doom points, and I generate a spellbook by doing so.
Now, is that beneficial to me?
Melissa
You don't
thinks
get
you
it
should
to
take his gate.
Because Doom Track is not good.
No, Doom is good. That's
Doom is good.
Yeah,
Then why would you give that?
And you need 6
so it's
spellbooks
really
to win.
a spellbook, okay.
Yeah.
I just generated myself.
So you do something nice. For
Do something that like, here you go, you know? Yeah, sure. Here you go.
Melissa seems to like your slow build up to evil.
It's the long game, which has screwed me in the past, but the long game is always the fun game. Generate a spell book. Let's see. He's not out yet.
You know, the figure of Narla Hotep kind of looks like the big demon that Hellboy is fighting in the new movie.
Oh yeah.
This is
Hellboy's.
interesting.
The reboot.
What?
Okay, get him off the
Getting
board.
some mixed reviews.
Yeah, I've
Yeah,
been.
keep him on the board just a little bit. We just wanna see how it feels.
The King in Yellow turned because are you compensating for something?
Yeah, good.
Yeah, it's very interesting anatomy on the blue demon on the Narla Hotep.
Yeah.
Yeah, the arm came off. It wasn't attached when I did the unboxing, but it pops in easy enough. I just got to get around to putting some glue there or something.
I'm gonna take that one.
Will you now?
All right. Is that your?
It's my spell, but yeah, you're all good.
I -1 power to capture 1 cultist.
You can't capture cultists there.
Oh,
Because I've got
He's
monsters.
got monsters.
Oh.
Yeah, they're protected.
Well, I can take care of that. -1 power to battle.
So I've got 4 combat.
He's
against
gonna
your
kick your
2.
butt.
But you're welcome to try.
Combat is decided by the number of forces that you have, and they each have their own combat value, and that adds to the dice.
That's how many dice you roll.
Yeah.
But each 6 you roll is a kill.
So if you have a monster there, I can't kidnap that cultist.
Correct. That's why I summon monsters.
So it's kind of like a rock, paper, scissors. Well, I guess not really.
In a
Okay.
really basic way,
That
sort
makes
of.
sense.
But
But
yeah,
I'm
not
going back
really.
over here,
the
then.
last part doesn't really. It's more just like a linear.
That means
Yeah,
no-
exactly. It's a
That's-
linear
yeah.
rock, paper, scissors.
Jerk. Big jerk.
So you did a move instead?
Yeah, I did a move instead.
Is he the only one you want to move?
Yeah, well, I
He's-
can move. I don't
he's
have any
out.
power.
Oh, gotcha.
See, and here I was gonna go gobble up his guys, and he just messes with my plans, messes them all up. Ryeman's messing my plans up. Everyone's messing my plans up.
North America is desecrated. Dun dun dun. And what they call this?
Well,
Our ritual track is not moved.
I think I'm going to go ahead and Ryeman's still got 1 power.
Oh, no, yeah. Just one measly little power left. I don't generate power by having monsters out, right?
No.
No. Mr. Superman, no.
Too bad.
It's not a bad angle. That's pretty good.
And
Focus right there in the middle. You can see Ryan's chin.
How many? There's several down there.
I am going to go ahead and use. So I'm planning this out in my brain.
Dark Young Spells.
I am going to go ahead and just use summon 2 more Dark Young, which equals a key. No, I can summon 1 more, which does not equal a gate. I am going to. Everyone's out of power except
I
Ryan.
have 1 left.
I'm gonna create a gate.
Antarctic.
Antarctica. That's it for my power.
The mountains of madness lie.
Just let me make sure that I am doing this correctly, because I did use this twice within this turn. I'm allowed to use actions multiple times across multiple iterations, right? Okay.
Yep.
Well, may as well use it one more time. Use my last PowerPoint for the Screaming Dead to move the Yellow King and that undead guy down one more to that Indian Ocean, right? Is that what that is?
Yeah, it's the Indian Ocean.
That's India.
Oh,
No,
well,
it's
I want to
both.
stay
Stay
there.
over there.
It's both.
I'm going to Australia. Eventually, that's the goal. And so, move the undead with me. I can then take a second action.
Make sure you read your spell books right. As Melissa pointed out, some of them say 1 per round.
Yeah, I didn't say that, so that's why I was checking. Just the limitation is I can't take the action of he who is not to be named, which is another spell book.
Mhm.
Move any. I'll move the king in yellow to any adjacent area. Any undead in the
Oops.
same area can move within.
Ah!
Immediately after you take a second different action.
I don't know.
I got it. It's all good.
I should realize I don't have any more power to do anything, but that's fine because I wanted to move both of those guys.
This entire setup and rig is so hillbilly, everyone.
Yeah, because I was going to try to capture, but I don't have any more power, so that's fine.
There we go.
So I'm good. I use my last power.
All right, so that does it. We go into the gather power phase now. So 1 power per cultist.
I have my 6 back out again.
I have my 6. 1, 2,
The
3,
6
4,
pack?
5, 6.
I have 5.
You have 5.
Oh, that's right.
Crap, I'm not going to do it again.
I'll give you 1 back. I'll give you my extra here.
Okay.
2 power per controlled gate, so I get 6, which brings me up to 13. And then, so you get 4 for that, Tom.
Yeah. he's
Oh,
got
2 each? Okay.
Oh yeah, you got that one down over there too.
The one by
2.
Australia and the one over in Asia.
All right.
No, you should be at 9.
Oh, I'm going to do 9.
Yeah, you were missing a cultist, that's why.
Oh, that's right.
Plus 1 power, no abandoned gates. Any of your special abilities give you extra power?
Feast. Gain +1 power for each area containing a desecration token and 1 or more of your units.
So you get 1. I get 1 per Dark Young that I have out. So I get 2 more.
Yes.
So I'm up to 15.
Tom, you are not managing your power very well.
I feel really short on that.
No,
I can do it anyway.
I'm not. How do I get this guy back into play?
You can now summon.
Okay, summon him. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's you can summon cultist as an action that you can take.
Like I was able to
Recruit
summon
cultist.
mine.
Oh,
when I did
power to
the
recruit
desecration.
cultists. Okay.
Yep. All right. So did anyone gain 8 or less?
I gained 9.
So okay. So we're all good. So I'm still the first player. I'm gonna switch it back up. Tommy's gonna go after me.
Okay.
And now it's the Doom phase.
Mm-hmm.
+1 Doom per controlled gate. I get 3, so I'm up to 5. Tom, you get 2.
Mm-hmm.
You're up to 6, and you get 1. Rituals of Annihilation. Let me just double check that I don't get any additional.
You don't have none of your spells or powers. You have anything for your extra power points right now? No? Okay.
Nothing.
Melissa thinks you should be up to 10.
10 power.
Yeah.
Oh, losing a cultist. I've only got 2 gates
So 5.
5.
and no
8,
special abilities.
9. Sorry, it's 9.
2 gates and 6 cult.
5.
Called.
He has
cult.
1 that
Oh, 5 cult.
I killed the cultist. I captured him. That's how I got to 15.
There we go. Okay.
What's your unique ability?
2. I can move 2.
They fly.
Yeah, they fly.
Oh, okay.
Ritual of Annihilation.
That tracker has not moved yet.
I know it's so tempting now.
Yes, it is. Yes. Push the shiny red button.
I'm good for now. I got plenty of stuff to kill right now, I think.
I would if I had a great old one out. Hint, hint.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's well, it's actually it's your decision, Max, since he flipped it.
Whether or not I want to do a
Would
ritual
you
of
rather
annihilation.
do a ritual annihilation?
Earning +1 doom per controlled gate.
So you get +2, and you draw a Elder Sign token, which gives you additional doom at the end of the game.
If you have your great one out.
Nah.
No, you just get additional doom at the end of the game.
Oh no, I mean put the Elder Sign.
Yeah, he has his. Oh, he doesn't have his great one out.
No,
You
he
do.
doesn't.
I'm passing.
I'm gonna do it.
You're gonna do it. You're gonna spend 5 power.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Down to 4. This goes up to 5. You get 1 more doom track.
Boom.
And
So this goes up.
Yep, go ahead. Can you hand me the bag?
That really didn't shake it up.
So are there different things in here?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
1, 2, or 3.
Oh.
There's less 3s than 2s and less 2s than 1s. There's the most 1s.
This one. Don't look at it.
You get to look at it, but you can keep it secret from the rest of us.
And there's one in there, you look at it, it just drives you mad.
I think I found it. Okay.
If everyone watching, no, I just made that up.
You got right there.
And that does it. Now it's back to me. On to conquering the world.
Same thing we do every night, baby.
Exactly.
North Point. Pinky and the Brain Elders. Actually, Hastor there, the one that may not be named, kind of could be a
Kinda
little,
looks like the brain.
a little brainish, yeah.
And I think the king in yellow is a little pinky.
A little pinky. Okay.
And then
Yeah, I definitely see like an Orson Welles voice coming out of the Hastor figure.
Definitely.
You can reveal them at any time, but most wait until they know that they got at least 30 points. 30 doom.
okay,
I am going to move 1,
Go
Uh-oh.
go away.
2, 3.
Mm.
Which now gives me units in 8 areas and gets me another spellbook. So I'm down to 12 power.
And how many spellbooks do you still need?
2.
2.
Over to Tom.
Bada bing, bada boom. All right.
Yes, he is, Melissa. Yes, yes. Our guy now is definitely gearing up for some hardcore pain.
Ooh.
And Tom is still. Oh, there we go. Bringing someone out. The night. Night gaunt.
No, wait, sorry. I
Nope.
did a flying polyp.
Polyp is what he wanted. Oh, the disgusting. This is just like completely disgusting. A
Looks like a beholder.
little beholderish, but like a tumorous beholder.
So that goes in the South Pacific, right? Ugh. Ooh.
Yeah, but oh, there we go. That's in focus. Yes, that's in the South Pacific.
Yeah, right. Is this?
Hmm.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's freaky.
How much did that cost you?
2.
Wow.
Dos.
Doing it again. Screaming Dead. King in yellow to Australia.
With the
And
undead?
move his undead with him. Thank you. May take an immediate second action.
Cool.
Time to desecrate Australia. Let's see.
That was all Lex Luthor wanted in Superman 2.
That's not gonna happen. But I will throw another
Zombie?
myself. Throw another undead down over here.
Alright. I got a Groth, by the way, which is an action that costs 2. And I roll 1 die if the result is equal to or less than the number of areas containing fungi. Your enemies must eliminate cultists equal to the roll between them. They have 1 minute to decide on how many each must lose. If they cannot agree, you choose for them. If the result is higher than the number of areas with fungi, place an acolyte of any faction anywhere on the map. So just to let you know what I got. 'Cause I'm nice like that. But you know what? I've got all these guys all over the place. I mean, I just don't know what to do with them.
Anthony likes that power.
Which one are the fun?
Oh,
The ones
snap.
that I don't have outs. They're these guys.
The fungus among us.
Oh,
No, those are the dark.
I'm sorry. These should be dark ones.
You had the wrong ones out.
I had the wrong ones out. It makes sense that the big ones would be that. These are the fungus guys. I just had the wrong ones on the board.
Looks like the end of the movie The Mist.
Um,
That was an interesting
I like that.
mythos-inspired movie. I didn't read the short story, though.
I did. The short story is great.
Stephen King, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And the silence falls over the land.
I am going to summon.
Uh-oh. The goat. Here comes the goat.
And now that I've done all the spreading out that I need, I really just don't need to be there. So I'm thinking I might just pick off some of these loners sitting out there.
I'll do that sacrifice ability you have.
Yeah.
Or summon.
No, to summon this guy to kill two.
Oh,
two
gotcha.
cultists.
And
Gotcha.
then by doing that, he generates.
Yeah, that's what we do. I am going to sacrifice off this guy.
They can be anywhere, or they have to be in the
They
same
can be
area?
anywhere.
Ah. That their cell phone goes off in Zurich. Oh, okay, time to kill myself again. Greater good.
And we will kill off this guy. And then he can be summoned where? At a gate that I control.
Hmm.
And then I'm going to use I'm going to use an unlimited action and do that, which I believe is...
I thought it was only cultists could be on gates.
These guys are special.
Oh, that's right. The Dark Young act as cultists in a
If you
certain
have the
way.
spell.
Yeah. I remember that now. Yep.
So, and that, I'm just double checking whether that costs me 1 power or if that's free. Control or abandon gate
That's
is
free.
0 power.
That's, yeah.
Cool. And so that's it for my turn.
1, 2, 3. Gate.
There is a gate.
Yeah, you can't put a gate in the same area as another
Can't
gate.
put a gate in the same area. I think you guys are making these. Gate.
There you go.
There you go. That works.
Cool. Oh, I didn't subtract my 8. I'm at 4. It's kind of important.
A little bit.
I only have 1 power left. Let's see. Is there any roll or anything to capture a cultist?
Is there what?
Is there like a roll or anything that has to happen to capture a cultist? No, I just have to have a creature that's greater in power
Yep.
to do so.
Costs 1 power.
Pure heart.
Tom,
Or
I'm sorry.
Your heart, is it?
Or an impure heart.
A heart. A heart.
-1 power.
Or something else you can feed it.
-1 power to capture a cultist.
An empty cavity where a heart used to be.
I have an undead over here hanging out, so
You're gonna suck him up.
snatch him.
You jerk.
Big
Gonna
jerk.
Snatch him up.
See, now you're making me feel bad because I was
Oh.
gonna
We're gonna snatch him
Oh,
up.
that's actually a good
some
angle.
snatching here.
Alright.
That's my last power point. I have no more.
No more
No more
power.
power for this turn.
But I think I'm gonna mix things up.
No.
And instead, I am going to use Avatar. Choose an area and a faction swap the location of Shub Niggurath and a monster or cultist in the area chosen by the faction owner. I'm going to choose this area, and I'm going to choose you, Tom.
Okay. I didn't expect that. That's new.
So you
Oh
go
my
there,
god. Okay.
and then I claim this.
You can claim that in the same move.
0 power. It's
No
a
power.
free.
0 power to claim.
Claim or abandon.
And you can do it before,
What's this?
one of them before or after.
What does Melissa say?
Jeez, poor Blue is getting thrashed.
Yeah.
A big part is choosing your spell books. She's
not letting me live
she's
down
right.
the random choice.
This is a tactical, strategic
I have-
game.
I've got a pretty.
You're not
good-
playing rock, paper, wizards here, Tom.
Look, I got madness, abduct, seek, and destroy. None of them has helped me at all in any of this.
It's true. It's true.
I haven't been able to use anything. Well,
She feels bad for you.
I feel
Yes.
bad. I forgot to. I awakened Shub
Oh
Pardon
yeah,
me.
that's right. And you also eliminated 2 guys.
No, that's as your action.
Oh, as your action. Okay.
Yeah, I was reading that. I was like, I can just do that. No.
That's why I was confused about the give somebody points and you get
Anthony
stuff.
says your cultists are wandering aimlessly, Tom.
they're taking in the sights.
They're transients.
The world's about to end. They want to get as much enrichment.
This guy
as
was like in
possible.
Italy. He was like,
Yeah.
and then the zombie shambles through
Yeah.
his brain.
He was having like a beautiful espresso.
The Pope came to town.
Oh god. Okay, so who's,
He says your
It's your
cultists
turn.
are wandering around going, can you help me find my god?
all right. So wait,
2 all rights don't make a wrong.
I know.
Thank you so much for I lost track. Is it yours go, Tom?
I'm done.
They're done, so it's Raz.
I have
No,
the
no.
power.
Did you go after I went?
If you did that,
Yeah.
no,
I
did
don't
not.
think so.
I did not. Recruiting 1 cultist. Where can I put them? Anywhere?
Anywhere where you have a cult.
Cultist.
Anywhere where I have a cultist.
Is anybody in danger anywhere?
Yeah, there's a lot of people.
Well, cultists don't really give you any power for combat, though.
No.
They're worth 0.
Or zero combat, but they do give you power at the end.
Mm-hmm.
That's 1
Well,
and
you
done.
can go right to South America and
Mhm.
check out the goods.
Mhm.
Well,
Unless wants to know why you're not making more gates.
I did make a gate. It got taken away from me.
He's got more gates than I do.
That's what I've been trying to do.
He's got one down there.
yeah, I've kind of been beaten up on you.
I still got some skin in the game. Come on.
That's true. That's true.
You got to find Polyp out.
Gotta find.
You got a night hunter,
I got a
whatever
night
that thing
hunter.
is, a horror hunter.
I am going to go ahead and
Not a lot of fighting going on. This seems like a rather peaceful game.
I'm gonna have some fun here. I am going to summon some fungi, which cost 1 with the spellbook of Groth, and they cost 1 fewer if Shub Niggurath is in play. So they cost 0 instead of 2.
Oh boy.
So let's,
Both are in play.
2, 3.
Fungus looks awfully crustaceous.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Are you feeling it now, Mr. Krabs?
And it looks like they're like holding brains.
Well,
in their
Melissa,
claws.
Tom, Melissa says you just got to take them back. You know?
Right. It's true.
May I add on to what Melissa said? Just put on your jockstrap, put on your baseball helmet, and get out there with the bat and start swinging.
What about my tears? Should I fight back my tears?
No, you want to drink them.
I want to drink the tears.
I just imagine the scene from Iron Man 2, and he's like, wait a minute. He just took it? You're Iron Man. And he came and just took it? Little brother came in there, chance, and he just took it?
These guys are kind of weenie. They only have one attack, but one attack is more than.
Oh, boo-hoo. Look at this. Look at this red. This...
Yeah.
Oh, this looks like a map of America.
I'm gonna.
All the red and
I'm
blue
gonna
out.
battle.
Battle.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Oh.
It's only -1. Okay,
Find
so
examples.
my hunting horror
That's it. Thomas
combat
had it.
is 2.
And my Dark Young combat is 2.
So I'm assuming that
2
means
dice.
you grab 2 dice each.
And here's the other thing though is I have
got a spell.
ghouls.
Of course he is.
Necrophagy, move any or all ghouls who did not participate in battle from any area to the battle area, even if your faction was not involved in battle. For each ghoul so moved, both sides in the battle suffer an additional pain. Result.
That's a 4.
That's they retreat.
Yeah.
It causes. So we're each going to suffer 2 pain.
2 pain.
Which means we're both going to have to retreat units from you.
Yes.
But you're the initiator, so you actually.
You have
Yeah, you get to
abilities
move mine
pre or
first.
post battle. Your ghouls have abilities pre or post battle.
Oh, it's post battle. I see. So I don't have to move them yet.
Goo.
Oh, okay. I don't have to decide yet. Okay, so let's roll.
All right, let's roll.
And 1
3.
6s. Ooh, no, you're looking at them individually.
Yeah,
2 and 1.
Nothing.
which is not what you want.
Your hunting horror did nothing. It was picking his teeth, his beak.
Are pain results being assigned but not yet applied? Is that what's going on right now?
Isn't
Not
pain a
yet.
4 or 5 roll?
I think a 4 or 5.
Yeah.
That's a 6.
So that means
6 is
You,
a
you got
kill.
nothing. I got a 6, which is a kill. So I get a kill post battle. So after totaling the battle results for each side, you got nothing. I got.
battle results. That's not pain?
Pain is a result.
It's a result. After totaling battle results for each side, players must assign the results.
Gotcha.
This is post battle abilities and assigning battle results.
Mhm.
Must assign the results the enemy rolled to their own unit. So you get to decide which this is going to kill, your cultist or your flying horror.
Oh.
Your hunting horror gives you fighting strength, but your cultist is controlling the
The
game.
gate.
Yeah. And when he's gone, right?
He goes back to your board. You can summon him.
I can
again.
summon him again. All right. Do that.
It's kind of it's a tough spot. There's no good
No
thing.
good.
Well, at least he got to choose, but still, doesn't make it necessarily that much easier.
When assigning the kill results, players may choose to use any post-battle abilities they have available. Post-battle abilities typically add to, subtract from, or in some way modify the battle results and how they are assigned. So what's your pain thing before
After all pain results are assigned to units, but before they are applied, you choose where all units are pain to, rather than their owner.
You're running away. You run to an adjacent area.
Well, I don't know if I'm running away.
I'm going to move 1 ghoul in
You're
here
prancing away.
to
I
assign...
must still follow all the other rules of pain.
each
Madness.
Each of us are going to take an additional pain.
Oh. But I get to assign it. I guess I don't understand this ability.
Read it again.
Okay. After all pain results are assigned to units, but before they're applied, you choose where all units are pain to, rather than their owner. Period.
So, okay. Is there...
You can apply
That
them
means-
in any order, rather than attacker, then defender per normal.
Yeah, so if you had pained someone, you would decide where they're running to.
So pain is just another term for retreat in this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've taken damage, you're in pain, you retreat.
So okay, that's why I have 4 or 5 is a pain and 6 is a kill.
Mm-hmm.
I see. So he's
And the 1, 2,
applying-
3 is nothing.
Doesn't matter.
I think it will because he's applying a.
Is that right, Melissa, or were these supposed to be moved before the battle?
Oh, she was the one that
Said that I...
the post battle thing.
So they
I'm gonna.
so if it's moving here and it's applying pain,
Blue,
So we both take a
blue
pain.
chooses who
that
dies at
sounds
least.
Like you can.
I'm gonna
decide.
stop. Haha, poor blue. So if red got pained, he could choose.
I choose which one gets paid.
Why do I get the feeling that... Oh, this is Anthony. Why do I get the feeling Tom's cultists think they're on a sightseeing tour?
So I'm gonna.
So yeah, if you had gotten pained,
We both got pained because
Yeah.
I moved this in. So he's getting pained.
and because of his ability, Tom
He's
gets to
allowed
decide
to
where he's
decide
being
where-
to.
Where both of these guys get pained.
And then he decides where you're going.
Yeah, where this guy goes and where he goes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm obviously going to do what benefits me the most. I just don't know what that is in this case.
Retreat to the North Pacific.
That's what I was gonna say because I'm.
Does
the
that
only-
mean I'm abandoning
you're
Yes.
my
abandoning
gate?
Yes, you have to leave this area.
If that remains abandoned at the end of the turn, then every player's going to get, was it 1 point?
Yeah,
Or
but
two,
this is
1?
my turn, and I've got a guy.
He's got a
Yeah.
guy right there to take over. So I think it would be you.
Got this guy you're talking about.
Yeah,
Because they're special.
Yeah.
yeah.
So you could either go up here because I'm the only one there and I can't hurt you with my regular guy because they're both equal, or you go to the North Pacific because there's no one in the North Pacific.
Yeah.
So it's probably where you're safest. Unless you want to put,
What has the best cruises? The Arctic Ocean? I've always wanted to go to the Arctic. I'm taking the Disney cruise
up to the Arctic.
up to the Arctic.
Oh, come on.
And you get to choose where this guy goes.
Yes.
Oh. Put him in here.
Yeah, that's what I thought was gonna happen.
Yeah, I thought you were going to do that too. Anthony is
like,
laughing
whoa.
his ass off. Anthony, I don't know, since I haven't actually, these guys are doing this, but I kind of feel like this is a tame game. I feel like it could have been a lot bloodier
Yeah.
at each other's throats than they have been.
Oh, that's.
I think
definitely
subsequent playthroughs are going to be just utter. I have no power.
I have
Back to
just been concentrating on
I'm a
amassing
complete
power.
observer at this point. I have nothing I can do.
It doesn't look like it's been going that well.
The reason why I
Yeah.
haven't been doing a lot of combat is because usually when I do that, I end up losing really fast. I just remember which one was it? Where I played the pirate and tried to attack everybody and ended up on the other side of the galaxy.
Is that Zaya?
I think so.
Legend of a Drift System?
I spawned.
Yeah.
I spawned here. Everyone was there. I'm like, I want to go over there. Everyone went this way. I was like, oh.
That's the only space pirate game I can think of that we played.
Yeah.
I had the option to be a space pirate in the Firefly board game because I got the expansion for that, the Bounty Hunter expansion.
Nice. All your units can move too, right?
Tom's,
All
yes.
of his,
Cultist, Polyp, Hunter.
Hey.
That Zagnut called Narlahotep.
Well, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and go crazy
Let's go crazy.
and
Abba Zaba. You my only friend.
I'll do that. And that cost me. I can only do one. I'm sorry. I can only summon one. Back to town.
Oh, right when it's okay.
It's one at a time.
I mean, there's literally nothing I can do. I have 2,
Can you summon another monster? How much are your monsters cost?
3. Oh, yes, you're right. Thank you for that. I can do 2 night
Or
gaunts.
you use one at a time.
Yeah, it's one at a time.
Yeah.
Is that or does your spell? Oh, okay.
No, no,
I only have 1 gate.
So do I.
Boom. Okay.
Yeah.
Your turn.
So it's over next. I've been here a while. King in Yellow's hanging out in Australia. He's petting the koalas. Quokka's Australia or is that New Zealand?
Koalas are Australia.
I'm going to.
Ooh.
Me another cultist.
New Zealand is the Tassie Devil.
Yeah.
Used to be home of the Thylacine before they allegedly went extinct.
So then you did your thing.
I did my thing. It's back to you.
My last move is to bring out
Another one.
another night gaunt.
Ouch. He's building up.
Yeah.
Gonna use my last one to move this guy in there and
Hey,
provide some semblance of protection. And that does it.
Okay.
Monsters can no, they're just
No.
They're units, not cultists.
5.
And then I give this guy back to you.
And you get 7,
And I
right?
get one more.
And then
Wait a
plus-
second, Tom. You only got 5,
Yeah.
I captured one of his cultists.
Yeah.
That's 2 turns in a row. He had one.
and you
on the
took your
last
points for
turn.
your gate.
We're doing
I
that now.
just did my points for my gate.
And now it's 2 per gate, so I have 5 gates, so I get 10. Is at 16. And then abandoned gates, there are none. Special abilities.
Feast gain +1 power for each area containing a desecration token and 1 or more of your units. Still got a guy hanging out over there.
Shub Niggeroth is in play during the Doom phase. You can choose to eliminate one of your tokens from anywhere if you do gain an Elder Sign. That's a Doom phase, and we're not there yet. Dark Young, control gates. Oh! I also get 1 for each of my Dark Young, so that's another 2. So I'm at 18. If you receive 9 or less, you go up to 9. So Tom, you're at 9 power.
Okay, that sounds good.
I received 10, so.
I have the most power still, so I'm still going first. I'm going to keep the turn order how it is. And now it's the Doom phase.
Doom.
I'm going to choose to eliminate one of my cultists to gain an Elder Sign.
Pardon me. Elder sign.
Elder Sign.
A trophy.
And then we all get +1 Doom per controlled gate. So I get 5.
You still got a gate, Tom?
1 gate.
And then Rituals of Annihilation. I am going to do a Ritual of Annihilation.
I had a feeling someone was going to do it again.
So that brings me down to 12. That goes up to 7
7,
for the
okay.
next person
I see.
if they want to do it. Which is Tom, if you want to do it. You get another point. And it would cost you 7 power to do that.
No.
I will also pass.
You will also pass. Okay. So that does it.
Right, back to the top.
Back to the top. Okay.
Click, click, click.
We're going this way.
That was my elbows.
I am going to start things off like a crazy person here and spend 1, 2, 3 to summon a gate here.
An American gate. Sounds like a mini-series on PBS. Reconnected. That was a fast, but we're back. And Tom just summoned a gate. And the Arctic Circle. The Arctic Ocean.
I will also summon a gate.
Oh,
Oh!
look at this. Everyone's summoning
In
gates.
Australia.
In Australia.
I
no
can't do that. I
cultists.
can't do that. I can't do that.
You
No
could
cultists.
summon one in the North Atlantic.
I can. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, you're in the North.
Sure. You guys going swimming? Why not?
If you do a desecration, you could get a cultist in Australia. And it's got the chevron sign.
No, he has to summon monsters, not cultists.
Ah.
Actually, I can't summon a cultist, I think.
Can you?
Yeah, monster or cultist.
Oh, wow,
Cost
look at
2
that.
or less.
I am going to get myself one of these guys for free over here because I have this guy. Wait a second, is that free? Cost 2, cost 1. Still cost 1 for a Dark Young. Back to Tom
Back to Tom.
and his army.
Yeah, you have amassed an army outside Australia.
I am bringing out a night.
It's like the Kiwis are getting ready to attack the mainland. What'd you do, Tom?
Brought out a night gaunt.
Ah, okay.
I got 3 night gaunts on the table.
I'm going to desecrate, or attempt to desecrate Australia.
Bathroom's in the other room, man.
Okay. Nope.
Ooh.
So
Let's
you another guy.
do get another guy. Miyakis are 2. And they have some.
And they're fun to say.
Sure. Let's put one of these guys out there.
Oh man, he's bumping it up a notch.
Bump it up in that because he's worth 2, and it says worth 2 or less.
And how much are their? What's their combat?
Roll 1 die more than the total Bayaki in battle, so it's sort of
Oh, wow.
it fluctuates.
Wow.
The undead are kind of on the other end of that, so it's roll 1 die less than there are undead, and the Bayakis are roll 1 die more.
Ouch. Yowza. I'm going to recruit a cultist in Antarctica because we all know there's lots of cultists chilling and chilling.
What do you think? You think those are really scientists in Antarctica? They're all cultists.
That's true. That's true.
My turn.
Yeah.
Now I can use spell books at any time, right? That's not.
Yes.
Okay.
As long as you have power or whatever it says, whatever the requirement is.
It's feeling a little red on the table.
Very, very.
Yours are all post battle. Or
Pre-battle.
pre-battle.
1, 2,
So
3.
So you have to
night
initiate.
gaunts.
So you have to initiate battle.
first.
Pre-battle.
Pre-battle
So
would
you
mean
have
before
to-
battle.
You have to initiate battle. So you have to start a fight somewhere with somebody before you can do that. But you could start a fight like here with it.
Yeah, I am right there, and you got a combat value guy.
Um.
Come on, I want you to do it. I want you to do it.
Just so you know, in case you forgot.
That's good. I did not forget.
Ah, man.
I'm gonna try to desecrate again. To 4. 4 or lower. That's a
6.
6. Let's throw another Byaku down there.
Oh my goodness.
It's got 2 power.
I am going to use my action to eliminate 2 of my cultists. Boom. Got a boom.
Last spellbook.
And my last spellbook, which is my cultists now have 1 combat.
Yes.
Frenzy.
Monster.
So you
occultist
still have to
from
initiate battle, right?
Right, so it's going to cost you 1 power. And
initiate battle with you.
Then,
Yes. And then
Sacrifice the night gaunt to sacrifice his
Okay.
guy. Interesting.
Stop picking up what you're putting down.
Yeah, 'cause those dark children are annoying. I can notice since they act like cultists.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well,
Super not annoying. They're so...
You know, another thing is I like sitting out this first game and watching you guys play because I can see your tactics.
you said claiming gates is free, right?
Yes, you can do it before or after your action.
You use 1 power to move and claim.
Okay.
You must have known someone would fill that void, Tom.
no. I thought I'd be able to swoop in there pretty quick.
You still can.
I am going to use Wrath. It's going to cost me 2.
That joke out before
So,
it lost connection. Oh, we're
You're
back.
going to have to lose, between the 2 of you, you're going to have to lose.
And then I have to pick one.
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
No, I could pick another one, or you could pick one, and if neither one of us pick in the next
30
30
seconds.
seconds.
I'll pick this guy.
There you go.
Where does
passion.
it go?
When,
It just goes back to you.
when 1 or more of your cultists are eliminated by, I guess it wasn't eliminated by an enemy. Never mind. Well,
It was eliminated by
Yeah.
that.
it was.
Yeah, I would
Your
say
thing
that.
triggered it, so I gained a power.
Oh, well, that's garbage. All right. Go ahead, Tom.
Boom. I wonder
Anywhere
if
you
my
get this.
my 2 area works.
You to
So you
deploy
have to spawn them first.
Yeah, you have to spawn
That's
first.
1. And then on your next turn, you can move them.
Okay.
3 power. I got stuff there. I have 5 guys there now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yes.
2
Counting the king.
power. 2 desecrate.
Desecration. Boom.
3.
There you go. Australia has been desecrated.
And success or failure, I can spawn another guy. Let's spawn another undead.
More undead in Australia. Go figure.
I'm gonna spawn a cultist here.
Boom. Boom. Oh, fuck. Okay.
Oh, Australia has the chevron, correct?
Yes, it
Yes.
does.
Successfully desecrate an area marked with the glyph of the chevron.
Oh man.
That's the whole reason why you were making that
Yes.
journey.
That one. Let's see, I have 1 power left. What am I going to do?
Very good.
Summon something here. Or...
That was Melissa McCarthy. She often calls Tom
Yeah.
about this time.
Oh, you have left your places well defended, my man.
Darn tootin'. Think I'm some kind of fool who's gonna leave a cultist somewhere without some monsters?
What are the combat values of the fungi?
Uno.
I'm going to use my last power for Shriek of the Bayaki.
Okay.
It's 1 power, so it's my last power.
Mm-hmm.
Move any or all Bayaki from their current area to any one area on the map.
Okay.
I'm going to move the 2 Bayaki that are down there. I'm going to move them to... Ooh, my bad. Move them to Antarctica.
Oh, that's not what I was expecting. So you're going to move them to Asia.
No. I am drained.
Yar.
The RIT.
Yeah, everything's good. Is it my turn?
No, it's my turn.
I used my new spell book to move my 2 guys that were in Australia. I'm moving to it because I can move them anywhere I want as long as I spend a power.
Was that Mrs. Tommy V?
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
She's just getting out of pottery and headed home.
Ooh, pottery.
They did pod racing for a second.
She's a pottery, sure.
Now this.
Gonna use a power to go.
Does that make her a pottery head?
Very pottery head?
Wow, I almost killed Ryan there.
Caught me in the middle of the set.
Pottery
Back
head.
to you.
I would like to capture 1 cultist.
Whoa.
Can't.
You need
Because
a-
why?
Monster.
Because it's a cultist. You need a monster.
A cultist can't kidnap a monster.
We through this with you before.
Yeah.
Don't
There's
pull.
so much stuff to
There is so
learn.
much. I
There
mean, look
is.
at this rule.
There's a
book.
lot. Yeah, that's a lot. Yeah, once I saw that, I was like, "Whoa."
That's it.
There you go. There you go.
Now I'm gonna use. Use 1
Oh, he's drunk.
to go here.
Guys waving. What's up?
Gonna use 1 to devour this guy.
I gain a power.
Good for you. Your turn. I didn't know he wasn't eliminated. He was devoured.
When 1 or more of your cultists are eliminated by an enemy, killed, captured, etc., gain a power.
Killed, captured, etc.
Etc.
Darn it.
Etc. will get you every time.
Etc. gets you every time.
They were captured.
No one expects the etc.
Just like the Spanish Inquisition. For those of you who didn't get the reference.
So with that power
Mm-hmm.
Comes great responsibility. Jinx, buy me a Coke.
There's something in here somewhere.
What are you gonna do?
I'm going. Oh, there's 2 different things I could do here.
3 if you include dance interpretively.
Yeah. They look like that's what they're doing.
Kind of like a cross between doing the Vogue and a cha-cha.
You know, I'm gonna get myself ahead here. I'm gonna spend my 1. That's kind of a waste, though. You don't know it's not.
No, it's never a waste. You can do it.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, okay, we'll do that. Use my power for activate the Screaming Dead. Move the Yellow King to an adjacent area. Yellow King and 2 of those 3 undead are going to move into the Indian Ocean.
Okay.
That might have been a mistake.
Might have been. You're right. You are so right about that. Roll 1 die less than the
Number of undead.
And what do you get? What are your combat abilities?
Zinc. Well, I guess that's what. So the spell book.
That's it.
If undead are in an area with enemy acolyte cultists, your enemy must eliminate an acolyte cultist. Then place an undead in the area. So from what I've been reading that over and over
that's
again.
an action. You have
Okay,
to use
that's
that
an
as an action.
All right. So then they don't have. So it's just. Oh, I'm sorry. I read the wrong thing.
So
Oh
I'm just
no,
gonna,
it's just.
we're gonna fight.
Yeah, I thought that was
We're gonna fight,
happening.
bro.
You walked right into it.
I did. At first, I was like, "Oh, I'll just go that." Oh, right.
So combat equals the total number of your cultists plus controlled gates. So that's going to be 5 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's 11 for Shub. And then
Shub's eating everyone.
plus 2 is 13, plus 1 is
I
14,
don't think I.
plus
can.
1
He's
is
gonna-
15, plus 1 is 16.
She's gonna shove you all in her mouth.
Against your
Not
1 die
much.
less.
So 1.
So you get to roll 1 die.
You're like popcorn right now.
1 die less than the number.
The
Hey,
number of
popcorn left
total
down?
undead in the battle.
Oh.
So there's 2 undead in the battle.
Whoa, there's popcorn left.
Bada bing, bada boom.
And it's Buddha popcorn.
Okay. So you get a
Should
roll.
I even bother? I guess if I can get a 6, I can take out 1 dude.
Yeah, you can kill somebody, and you can pain me. So you got 6.
There's a 6.
So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. So those are the dice that I
I
get.
get a little more because I know we know what I got here.
So you get to give one of my guys of my choice. Cool. And I get to kill 1, 2.
2.
I get to kill.
And there's pain, lots of pain in there.
So you get to choose which 2 of your dudes die, and then which of your dudes retreat.
Well, obviously I'm going to kill my undead,
Okay.
and then
You gonna treat the cannon fodder like cannon fodder?
You can kill this guy.
No, you wouldn't do that to they were Union.
they are Union. They're so loyal. And so
And-
retreat, that means I can move him anywhere?
No, adjacent area.
That's what I mean. Sorry, that's what I
Any
mean.
adjacent area.
So, actually worked out a little bit better than I thought. Now, I know there's a lot more. None of those...
They're just lots of pain.
Okay.
Pain!
Pain! Welcome to the pain station.
And that was that super useful fight.
Killed a couple undead. That actually was probably working out.
Now
They were
we're
not cultists.
You gotta get he who has got me named out.
yeah.
You gotta get
yeah,
Astor
yeah,
out,
yeah.
man.
So now it's gather power. So 1 for cultist. So I have 5 on the board. So I get 5 power.
I also have 5.
I give you a dude back.
Oh, I actually have 4 on the board because I have 1 over here.
So I get 6 power. You got 5 power, right? And then you got you just did all your points. Gotcha. I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 gates. So that's another 12 points. So I'm at 18.
I get 2. So that's 2 points per gate, right?
Yes.
So it's 4 points.
Can you go over the maximum?
I don't think so.
I would assume no.
So I'm only at 20 when I could be at 21.
I also get 1 for +1 power for each area containing both a desecration token and 1 or more of your units. I have 2 places with a desecration token
Yes.
and a unit, so that's 2 more points. So that's 10.
Tom, you counting up your points?
He did.
I'm
Oh, you
done.
did.
Yeah.
So hold on.
I missed that. What are you
You're
at?
not
It's
Nine.
the power director
You'll
is
be
at
at 10.
20,
You'll be at 10.
but you
because
may
he's at
have
20.
more than 20 power.
Oh, you may have more than 20 power.
So I'm just gonna wrap around
Yeah.
to 21. So if you have,
I think it's rounded up.
I think it's
Up.
It's
It might be 11.
Oh.
Yep.
We're
So you,
both going to go up to 11 because I'm at 10.
yep. So you go up to 11,
To 11.
This one goes to 11.
and now I'm still first player.
Nice.
Doom. I'm gonna
Oh, yeah.
go ahead and sacrifice a cultist to get one of these. And then we get 1 doom per gate, so I get 6. So I'm up to 21. You get
I get 2. Tom gets 2.
Tom gets 2 too. Look at that. Hey, you're still beating Ryan.
Am I?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
are. Look.
Am I really?
Yeah.
Yeah. You've been beating him all game, actually.
I've been in the back the whole time.
Special exhibit.
Those 3 extra points, we'd be tied. But the 3 extra points I needed to give somebody are keeping you right, just out of reach.
You didn't.
boy.
So I'm gonna use a
Good
ritual.
question, Anthony. I think it's 2-3 hours, but it slides depending on the number of players. That's actually one of the reasons why I'm sitting out and just filming.
14. So I went from 21 to 14.
Oh, the 7.
Because I used a ritual, so I get another 6 points, which brings me up to 27.
Ooh, and you've got a bunch of stuff too.
And I get another one of these. And I think. Does the game end when we get to 30?
I think the
Game over.
ritual. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
say game over.
You done?
Does the ritual
'Cause
thing have to be
I-
at the end?
No, you can flip those. I can flip my things over at any time, I believe. Ending and winning. There are 2 ways: player reaching 30 or more doom, or by the ritual of annihilation.
Yeah, because if the lowest value is 1, then you've got 4 tokens. So
But I just need to check when I
Right.
can reveal those. I
Right.
think I can reveal them at any time.
Yes, you can.
So I'm just gonna reveal them in the game.
Yeah.
If I can do that.
Please. Put me out of my misery.
You were starting to come in there
Thank you, Tom.
again. Both of you were.
I gotta take
I
that away. I
had,
won't
I
stop.
had a couple of things I wanted to do. A couple.
This indicates how many, other than the number of.
Double
it's revealed
checking.
in advance you're doing. So I'm just gonna reveal them. So
There you
that's
go.
2, 3, 1, 2, and 1. So 1 and 2.
My 1 gave me 2 extra points. So I
Oh, you could do a ritual, by the way, too, Ryan. If you wanted to. And gain 2 more points. Yeah. So,
My 2 points,
Um,
even with the 2 extra points, I'm still behind.
All right. Alex, you the only one that has all 6 of your spell books?
I am.
You're the winner. Because you can't win without having all 6.
Yeah, he's had all 6 for a couple turns now. I was getting there. I had
You
2
close.
more.
So that looks like it for the first game. Literally the first game. Spending time double checking through the rules and all. 2.5 hours. We kind of BS'd a little bit.
8 o'clock. Yeah.
Yeah, we kind of BS'd a little bit for the first half hour. That almost waiting for everyone to show up and just talking about all things mythos and well nerdy. So about 2 hours of actual gameplay.
And I could see this could have gone on a little bit longer too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because obviously you've still got 3 spell books to get. I still have my 2.
Mhm.
Which, if things work out
Oh,
exactly the
Melissa,
way I
yes,
want
you
it
did.
to-
We Alex got you got up to, what was that?
34.
34 Doom.
I got up to 27 and then revealed all my Elder Signs.
Elder Signs. Yep.
And he has all his spell books, so that was it.
Yeah, I got. That's insane. I got 19 points on my last turn. I actually got, but I only got. I got these 2, so I really got minus 16 points.
Still a lot.
But that's-
Because, like, you saw, like,
Insane, yeah.
over the entire course of the game, I got half of that. That's with an Elder Sign.
The Black Goat, I mean, these guys were the reason I won. Being able to just
Yeah,
take things
they
over.
they
Oh,
were very
yeah,
valuable
yeah,
to
yeah,
you,
yeah.
I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah, the gates came into, gates were big.
All right, so everyone's happy enough with the game, I can tell.
This was good. I like this a lot.
Maybe looking forward to another game where Tom can try a different tactic.
Or a different thing.
Oh. No, that's true. This was a good game. I just need to learn about it more.
Use the same faction again next time. This way you can like really learn the tricks and the best ways to use them.
Yeah.
Oh no, everyone enjoyed the game, even the losers. That's always a great sign.
Yeah, no, it was a good game. It was a fun game. And it's just so chock full of strategy
Lot of strategy.
that if anybody is better at it than you, you're...
No,
And it's such a sliding strategy since literally every faction has their own tricks and everything that you should be aware of and try to manipulate.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. So for your buddy Big Johnny G and the 20-sided Warriors, Tommy V, the Rye Man, and Argon Al, thank you for checking us out here and watching this playthrough. And join us tomorrow about 2:00 in the afternoon. We're gonna be doing a playthrough of Origins. I think I had that scheduled for 2. I got to double check the list itself. Maybe it was 1:00. Whatever it says on the list, that's what time we're gonna run it at.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. We are out of here. You have a friend.
That's spam calling. Suspected spam call.